Hey everyone, right. Sorry that we weren't around last week. Valentine's Day, unfortunately, was last week.
It is.
We couldn't we couldn't reschedule. Um, but we're back, and so last time we left off outside of Baron Monva's camp. After Arch had gone in and spoken to him, Dev had snuck off to find the monastery, life as normal at the monastery. The acolyte the party framed had been whipped for his perceived theft, which is good of you. Dev confronted the archbishop, sat on the chest that had the books in, demanded to know what was in it. Dev tried to grab the thesis, threatened the bishop, then the bishop pummeled the shit out of him, which is pictured on screen. Dev relented and went back to work like a good boy. The next day he snuck off and rejoined the party. V went to the Inquisition, told Inquisitor Hort about the social justice thesis, implying the peasants and acolytes were in on it. V performed and did secret miracles in the camp. He was given a pass and told he can sleep in the penal barracks from the Inquisition. He went to an inn and found there was a quarrel between they all went to the inn, found there was a quarrel between Prince Emmerich and Baron Monva, because Emmerich needs camp space that Monva can't use. And so Arch arranged an audience and had a polite conversation with him and persuaded Monva that if he accepted 3,000 gold pieces and a delegation to present it, his honor would be preserved. Arch now needs to persuade Emmerich to do this. The session ended as the players left Baron Monva's camp. And so you're now standing outside Baron Monva's camp.
Actually, Arch doesn't need to do that. All he needs to do is to get an audience with the king, and then he can ask...
Which king?
Not... he wasn't a king, he was a prince, wasn't he?
Was a prince. Yeah, our goal is to get an audience with him. After that, it's up to you, mate.
Yeah, to be fair, I made it clear I was going to try. So I do have a loophole to sneak my happy little ass out.
Even then, it's like, we want. Can we suck your dick, sir, please? What do you need? What do you want us to do?
He's got loads of different people suck his dick, and they're all better than you.
Which is why we're not going to do that. I actually do have a little plan.
So go on. What's your plan?
V, this is going to require your cooperation.
Absolutely, my lord.
And it's probably going to happen tomorrow because we're going to need you to touch me and do funny things.
Okay.
Or whatever long the cooldown on that thing is.
So when you're debating Spencer, you want me to touch you?
No, because you're not close enough. Otherwise, yes.
Okay.
You know, a mid-debate encouragemental hand job would be nice, but sadly.
But being more specific to what we're doing now...
Yes.
I assume you want the spell that gives you charisma.
Definitely, and I'll go the other way. I won't try and fucking butter him up. Instead, I'll do the exact opposite and try to explain to him that all of the peasants are calling him a bit of a faggot, shit like that. And I'll point to you and go like, yes, my personal confessor here spends a lot of time with the ruffians, and he's heard some spurious fucking rumors. And then you go like, yes, my lord, they're making little effigies of you, burning you in the streets, raping straw dolls of you, just crazy as you can, basically.
Okay. Then I'll have to touch myself as well.
Yes, you can touch yourself as well. Because we want to try and get him convinced that this is actually a real problem that he has to deal with, and I want to get him angry. Really angry.
So who are you even talking about there?
Prince.
The prince, right, okay.
Yes. I want him to be very angry, which is why I'm going to do bad things to him.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I think there's a chance he might see through your deception since you're the only one telling him this.
It's a dice roll, and besides, I'm going to have V tell them the angry shit, which means one out of two things happen. V, like he's done throughout this entire fucking campaign, will roll 20s, or luck will finally catch up with him and he will roll a 1, in which case I will turn to my manservant, look fucking shocked and go, my lord, I will have him whipped. Please forgive him this once.
Okay.
Well, look, I'm very reluctant as a member of the, as an agent of the Inquisition. I think it would be a bit of a sin to lie to a prince about his own reputation.
I assume Arch is telling me this in private without...
Yeah, we're not lying. The peasants are getting a bit itsy that we're just going to exaggerate a tiny little bit for effect.
The way my character moralizes this is that he finds it incredibly disrespectful towards the gods that the prince is putting his ambitions in front of the crusade, in front of the greater good. So if it takes lying to him to get the crusade moving.
Lying, we're enhancing reality.
Yeah.
Well, bear in mind, V, that in terms of the context of my mission to ascertain whether you're touched by God or not, Oozlu will remember this.
Yeah, but you don't know.
What do you mean I don't know?
I think we're off to the side easily.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Arch wasn't very clear about that when asked.
No,
Tell
he
them to
wasn't.
go away.
But right.
If I'm not privy to this, I can take all that back.
We'll just stay with the card, I guess.
All right.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Well, how long does it take for you to recharge your pedophile powers?
One day, one good rest.
I'll have to go back to the inn for today then.
I'm
Well-
gonna go to the Inquisition if.
Right, we could go and try and set up the meeting today, but I'd rather not because he's a prince. He might insist we meet him now if we have a solution.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up for it.
Well, that's all I have. You can go off to the Inquisition and bother the poor fucker again for the god only knoweth which time this day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Inquisition and go to the mess hall to have lunch.
Okay. The rest of you have got to pay a silver piece, or however much it is. I'm sure it's a silver piece. If you're if you're resting in a tavern overnight.
Sure, I think I have the money after I actually got some money for once.
All right.
I shall mark it off.
But yeah, you rest through the night, regain 1 plus your Constitution modifier and hit points.
Before that, what are the people talking at the like the penitent knights? What are they talking when they're eating? Like any conversations that I can hear that are interesting?
Why do you think they would talk while they were eating?
Is
Do you think-
anybody else's character sheet blank?
Devs doesn't
No,
like.
mine's fine.
Wait, so it's like a funeral in the mess hall. It's like absolute quiet.
Yeah. It's and yeah. Why is yours blank, Arch?
I don't know, but it is.
Oh, he's on bio, it looks like.
Oh, now it loaded. Okay, it just took fucking forever.
Yeah, Arch,
no.
you're on the bio tab here.
Okay, yeah.
No,
V,
I'm on the character sheet tab.
Yeah.
V. Yeah, you go to the Inquisition, you show your pass, you're allowed in. You go and put your stuff away or whatever. Then you go to the mess hall and it's quiet. You're given a seat. You're given a bowl of gruel. You eat your gruel. Everyone is sat there in complete silence until, of course, obviously before the prayer starts, and then everyone has to pray. Then everyone.
Sargon.
Well, he is gone. The gone in Sargon is true.
Sargon away.
Sargon away. Oh. We have a super chat. What are the odds that the Inquisition takes advantage of these spare the dying to enhance their interrogation methods? That would be so fucking cool if Sargon would do something like that.
Well, I'm sure Sargon will consider it.
Yeah, I can't say anything about it, but so yeah, it's just a quiet meal that's punctuated by prayers.
My character is deeply unsettled by this because human beings don't act this way, and he's like, but he doesn't say anything. He just looks around.
Okay.
Yeah, but these basically aren't humans. These are the tortured remains of what was once humans.
Yeah, you notice that people are generally just keeping their eyes on their food and eating.
Yeah. Well,
So
do I
are
see?
we imagining Winston in his skeletal form plus muscles?
Do I see Brother D?
Yeah, he's in there.
I try to make eye contact with him.
He doesn't make eye contact with you.
Okay. Well, that's that then.
Really fucking cuntish of him. You should go over to him and ask him why he's being a douchebag.
You shouldn't take any of Archer's advice.
Roll for ocular engagement.
Well, is there an empty seat next to him?
No, but you've
Alright.
been assigned a seat.
Oh, so it's okay.
Imagine like being in a really totalitarian version of a boarding school, It feels like that.
What's the difference?
I
Exactly.
was about to say, does there exist non-totalitarian boarding schools?
Probably in
boarding
Sweden.
schools.
Well, after I finish, I dispose of my meal where everyone else disposes it, or if
What do you
people
mean?
watch.
You eat your entire meal because it's not very substantial.
No, the plate. I mean,
Oh yeah, okay.
right. And after that, I go to the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
I take my bed and I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. As do the other people.
Okay.
You wake up in the morning, you feel refreshed enough, I suppose. You go to breakfast. Well, I mean, you do all your morning prayers and whatnot first. But then you go to breakfast and it's much the same event.
Okay.
A protein-rich gruel and prayers, and then the penitent knights basically go off and do their training.
So basically, like, no one talks with me, no one notices that I'm there. It's just
No, you may as well be on your own.
okay, right. Well,
The only time anyone ever speaks to you, it's very curt and functional, as in, you're standing my way, comrade or brother.
yeah. All right.
You know.
Well, I'm going to go back to Arch.
Mm-hmm. As you find yourself heading towards the exit, you see that Inquisitor Hort and another shorter, fatter, balder. Is he bald, actually? Let me check before I start describing him being bald. Yeah, he is, yeah. A short, sort of rotund Inquisitor with thick jowls, and carrying a staff topped with a holy symbol of Eroth, is standing at the gates, and as you approach, they say, "Good morning."
Blessed be thy day, Father.
We need to find Uzulu. I assume you're going to see him now.
I nod, of course. My Lord Arch. Well, what's his name?
Starch is fine.
My lord will do.
Yeah, my Lord Arch is in need of my presence, and I'm sure Uzulu is with him.
They say Inquisitor Hort just nods and says, "This is Inquisitor Bright, and we'll be accompanying you."
I am delighted by your presence, Father Bright.
It's very convincing. Who is
the Inquisition?
delighted?
No,
about
my
you?
character does indeed look a little bit ecstatic. He's very happy that he's in the company of two holy men.
Oh, yeah.
Notice me, senpai.
Okay. So they let you lead the way.
Yeah. On the way, I spark some conversation about the socialism that goes on the monastery, what the ideology is, and what the other monks were telling me while I was at the abbey.
The short, fat Inquisitor Bright is very curious, and he says, "Well, do go on. What have they told you?"
Told me that they want a world where everyone is equal under the Lord. That would mean that the peasant, the priest, and the noble would all have equal status.
He just says that's fascinating. So they think that God's order of the world is wrong.
I believe that the bishop thinks that his interpretation is right, which is what makes it heresy.
Yeah, but he's saying that he thinks that the bishop's interpretation of the world is that God has ordered the world incorrectly, and the bishop needs to reassemble it.
Yes, he thinks that the patriarch and a peasant should be on equal terms.
The Inquisitor Bright just laughs. He finds this highly amusing.
I look at a little bit in dismay, as in why? How can heresy be funny? But then I give a nervous laugh as well in order to be polite.
Inquisitor Hort just puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Well, heresy is never funny, but this is such an absurd idea that it could never be real."
I start laughing as well and say, "Yes, of course. I didn't think about it this way."
Okay, you arrive at the tavern and go in. I assume that the rest of you are in the tavern.
I don't think I've gone anywhere else.
Right,
Probably a bad idea for me to do so.
How are
assuming-
people reacting to seeing the Inquisitors?
Generally, they just keep their eyes down.
Oh, and one more question that I would inquire: how do people join the rank of the Inquisition?
Nobody joins the Inquisition. They are selected.
So
Anyway.
Inquisitor Horst was selected. Okay.
Every Inquisitor was selected.
Okay, that makes sense.
You go into the tavern, and there's a table that's cleared very quickly. You sit down, and the Inquisitors invite the rest of you to sit down. And they turn to Uzulu and say, Uzulu, as an agent of the Inquisition, we need you to do something for us. We've been told about strange healing potions that have been made in a village called Warre, about 7 days' travel away, that are drawing pilgrims away from the crusade. They want you to travel there and investigate. And Inquisitor Hort reaches into his robe and pulls out a scroll with a wax seal that will be your proof to show that you are an agent of the Inquisition on official business.
Well, this is quite an improvement from the last time the Inquisition came to visit me.
Yes, it is.
Then I suppose I'll dutifully nod and accept the scroll, and think to myself, we're about to kill two birds with one stone, some free healing potions, and I get to kill something.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's it, unless there's anything further.
I act astonished upon hearing this, and I ask permission to accompany Uzulu in his quest.
They turn to you, Uzulu, and say you can conscript anyone who is willing to travel with you.
I thank them, but I don't say anything specific on the matter yet.
Okay. They ask you, Uzulu, if you have any more questions.
So this is not me asking them, but the village you said is Warre. So should we write that down, or are you going to remind us?
I'm not going to remind you guys of anything. So if I say anything, you guys should probably write something down if you think it's important.
Just so I know what to refer to it as.
Yeah.
And we're to go there and investigate the reports of healing potions. And I assume in this world, healing potions aren't common things.
No. These are like they've only received odd reports, but it's enough to get their ire, and they think that something is going on, and so they wish you to investigate.
Would I be allowed to use my divine gifts? Surely the peasants would be swayed on the side of the Inquisition if they see that the members they are sending are touched by the divine, and they would realize that the person making the healing potions are against the divine.
I can step in here and slyly say you've still yet to sufficiently demonstrate your powers to me, so I would encourage you to do so.
They actually say it would probably be best if you keep this to yourself for now, because we do not know what is happening in this village.
I know.
But of course we'll investigate first.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think there's anything more to ask about that. Ash, do you have anything to ask?
How much are you going to pay me to come along with you?
Well, that's a question to you, isn't it?
How much? Well, actually, you're not going to be in any shit if you say no, are you? I guess it's up to you. I don't
to have a noble on our side would definitely help in this.
If we're asked to travel 7 days, some travel expenses would be reasonable.
But I do have the seal from the Inquisition, so having the noble on us, I wouldn't do that much extra.
Depends. Like, if people hear the Inquisition, they might be afraid to talk.
Perhaps you can tie this into one of the local princes. Perhaps there's some benefit that you can give to the prince or duke or to someone you're trying to impress, as that seems to be your main quest right now.
You can ask the Inquisitor if they will pay you.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and ask. I won't stop you.
Go on the quest. You. God damn it. Okay, I'll randomly interject. Since one of my slaves here seems to have taken up a mission, how much you can pay me for watch over him? Seems random.
I look astonished.
Uzulu isn't one of your slaves.
No, but he wants me to come along.
Well, you don't have to.
But
you don't want to miss out on an adventure, do you? So
I just can't imagine my noble doing this. Uzulu, an inquisitorial agent who my character mistrusts, goes like, "Hey, can we go do healing potions?" Yes, sure, fine, comrade. I shall back you up on this adventure.
Yeah, to be fair, V's motivation to come with is very obvious, but Arch has pretty much none.
To be
I'm
fair,
trying to help
healing
by saying we can make it
potions,
worthwhile.
like gaining healing potions, considering they're rare, they might be very expensive to sell. So
Yeah, but if they are effective, they're going to be heretical.
Yes, and they could be, blood of demon goat or something like that.
Well, don't you have a moral duty to deal with this sort of thing?
I have a moral duty to my
From the battle
purse.
motivation.
well, just ask the Inquisitor for cash then.
That's what you should see. This is what you should do, Uzalu. You should just go like, travel expenses. Then I could go, yeah, I'm fine. Free food. I don't need much to justify it, just something.
Yeah,
I
you,
don't
you
think
can ask
telling the
Inquisition
Inquisition
for
to pay
travel.
me to do something that I'm already
Obligated
I
to
don't know.
do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not going to pay
They
what
you.
is
should
my
provide you
obligation
with
to them?
travel expenses at least.
Yeah, just say travel expenses. They won't
He
say
gets a
no.
monthly stipend.
Okay, so I actually get paid monthly.
Yeah.
I assume that it's not coming up time for me to get paid again.
Not yet, no.
Right.
All right. Well, as long as you pay me, then.
How could I possibly satisfy the coin purse of a noble?
You could try, dear peasant. You could
Just ask for money to recruit people. It's like, yeah, I'll need like 4 guys to do this job, and I would
They
require money.
wouldn't want too many going in. We were supposed to be subtle.
Besides, my character is exceedingly petty. You don't have to offer him much, just something.
Yeah, the
Actually,
guy-
they're not saying you have to necessarily be subtle. I mean, you're being given official papers to demonstrate that you are under Inquisition authority. So,
I guess so, but then why the thing about V's powers then?
well, that's because these powers are radical.
I see. Okay, so it's the powers itself, not the mission. I got you. All right, misunderstood that. Well,
what
I
are
guess
my
then,
powers? Radical, or what? What you say?
Well, your powers are really, really unusual, V.
Huh.
Like showing people your powers is going to be like pulling out your dick. So, just
Dicks
so
are
you know,
not unusual, Sargon. They're not unusual.
It is in this world.
Dicks. Okay.
all right. Well, I mean, I could always try this. Just try to pressure Arch with the Inquisition there, something along the lines of, "Hey, Arch, you're a noble and God-fearing man. You'll help us on this quest, won't you, pro bono?"
I will look at you
like hackles.
sideways glance.
With the Inquisition watching, bear in mind your answer is going to be in that context.
I've already rendered service to the Inquisition. I'm not
So you're
in
saying
any
that
way
your service
worried
to the
about my
Lord is not
standing
undying.
with them.
You're saying that there are limits to your devotion. You're saying that you could, at a moment's notice,
Well, okay,
the word of-
just to cut in, the Inquisitors don't want to be here all day, so they say
No, I know.
we will trust you to organize the details of it, but we will see you upon your return.
Yeah, I hadn't intended that to be like a huddle around while the Inquisitors were still there waiting. I was trying to get this dealt with quickly, but
There's no dealing with his personal problems quickly. These things go on forever. So
I had no intention of prolonging the engagement with the Inquisitors, which is why I was being very simple. So if they had already left, that would be fine by me.
yeah, well, they say, okay, well, we will see you in, well, I guess approximately 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. And they get up, give you a short nod and blessing from the church, and they leave.
I assume we're meeting them back at their camp.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll be in 2 weeks' time, at least, so.
Yeah. And if we happen to have finished it by tomorrow. guess
What do
that'd
we
be
do
it.
now? Do we do arches or do we do yours? I'm fine with either.
We'll hopefully be able to do the Home Noble one today. Otherwise, we'll set up a date.
Yeah.
Now, being able to say we're an official business in the meantime might even be nice.
Right.
Hey, those papers
so
can
you-
come in handy if they would have given it to me. Oh.
I think the question still stands, Uzalo. Money?
I'll give you 10 gold if you come with us.
I look at me. 10 gold?
That's all I have, my lord.
Well, if it's all you have.
Well, I
And
have
all they had to
more,
do was
but-
not wait. It was not offer you money, just wait, and someone else would.
Fine, it's motivation enough.
Yeah, add 10 goals to your character sheet. I'll remove 10 from mine.
Oh, you're giving it all now, are you?
Of course. What's
To the guy
wrong
that's
with
been
you?
stealing from everyone for the entire campaign.
Not stealing, sleight of hand, different. What I do is a trick.
Just because I don't want to spend an hour here getting you to go on an adventure.
Oh, look at it.
It does make sense giving him a motivation to do the quest. I mean, that's kind of important for D&D.
Personal advancement and glory should be all the motivation anyone needs.
Not inside the
yes.
fucking church. See, as far as my character is concerned, he tried this once and he didn't get anything out of it, so now he just views the church with distrust.
Well, that's not entirely unsensible.
Like, you didn't give me even a single shiny coin for bringing you a heretical fucking book, worthless shit.
Come on, let's go remove kebab.
I had to sneak through somebody's fucking dirty goddamn house and rattle through their underwear drawer to fetch this.
But you can tell tales of your epic exploits to the prince. He'll be really impressed.
Then I snuck
Especially
into
after
the
you tell
old
the people
man's
hate him.
room where he lay snoring. I briefly considered tying him up as BDSM, forcing him to submit. Then I decided against it.
You let Dev find out just how much of a powerful fighter he was, which is right.
Speaking of which, where is Dev?
With you in the tavern.
Yep,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just hanging out. I'm going on your quest with you. Don't worry. I'm kind of on the run, I think, from the church at this point. So fuck it.
Hey, Inquisitors, this guy almost fought a local bishop.
So, Arch, what are you doing?
Off to Prince Emmerich's camp.
Okay, you head over
All right.
to Emmerich camp. It's not very far away.
We'll do yours first, especially since I'm helping V, and I assume he's going with you. Or
I'd like
investigating you.
to show this comic first before we transition over to the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Here, check this out, guys.
I'm sure we've seen this one before, but it is still good. Right,
It was
yeah,
just given to me actually.
Oh, right, okay. Arch, when you arrive at Prince Emmerich's camp, the guards at the gate salute you and say, "How can we help you, my lord?"
Let's see. How much do you reveal right off the bat? I wanna. Yes. We are here with a proposition. Don't really want to reveal too much of it. How do I do this without actually telling them anything? Oh, fuck it. We're here on behalf of Baron Monver with a potential resolution for your lord's camp problems. Thusly, we require request, let's be nice, an audience with the prince or a representative.
The guard just says, "Understood. Please wait here, and I'll find someone for you to deal with." He walks off. He comes back about.
Hold
half
on.
hour.
As we're alone, I'll cast the spell on Arch.
You're not alone.
Well, can we
Standing
go
in the
somewhere
fucking
alone, Arch?
gate.
If they come back and say yes, we'll say like, "Hey, I'm gonna need to go to the toilet first. Manservant, come wipe my ass."
Okay.
You're not alone. Okay, but anyway, half an hour later, Chaplain Zabas comes back with the guard, and he comes up to you, Arch, and says, "Good morning. What can I do for you?"
Good day, good sir. It has come to my... I was about to say arrival for some fucking reason. I've forgotten how to speak English. It has come to my attention that your... would a prince be considered your highness in this world, or lord?
Yeah, Your Highness, definitely for royalty.
Okay. It has come to my attention that His Highness, the Prince Emmerich, has been staked out a somewhat too small camp, and that Baron Monver has a somewhat too large camp. While I would not presume to offer a solution by itself to the problem, I do know the Baron personally, and I believe a agreement could be arrived at.
Chaplain Sabas says this would be something that you would need to speak to the prince about directly, I'm afraid. And he is a very busy man. And I'm afraid you are, how do I say this, not a man of enough renown to be able to secure an audience with him. So I'm afraid you'll have to come back when anyone has heard of you.
Should I display my powers to this gentleman, Arch?
Maybe you should let Arch have the conversation he's having, V.
No, I'm actually asking Arch while he's having the conversation.
Arch, are you going to let your manservant talk out of turn like this?
We'll slap it on the head as usual. See, this is why nobody knows about me, because you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll respond. I see, I do understand. In fact, we were just given a special mission by the Most Holy Inquisition to go deal with presumably heretical influences a distance off. Of course, I understand if the prince considers the business of the Inquisition to be beneath his notice. I'm sure we can arrange something after my return.
Chaplain Zabas, he's got a very calm expression on his face, and he clearly understands the game you're playing. And he just tilts his head slightly and smiles at you and says, a lot of people are sent on missions for the Inquisition. Very few of them get audiences with the prince.
All right. Very few people can solve a prince's problems for him as well. Like, for example, a camp staked out by a king.
He says that the prince will take this up with the king himself. He doesn't need a lowly knight to do this business for him.
Ah, so the prince is going to abase himself for the king and ask him if he couldn't please increase the size of his camp, a camp that the king has stapled out for himself. I must admit, this is the source of some of the rumors. Now, of course, I would not lend any credence to these peasant scully-butt rumors, but there has been suggestions that the prince might be falling out of favor due to the size of his camp with the king.
Chaplain Zabas affects a surprised look and says, well, I'll make sure I tell the prince about such rumors.
Okay, now I'll turn to V and go like, please do, this is my personal confessor here. He has it in his mind that the poor should be taken care of with as much effort and compassion as possible, and so he spends a great deal of time amongst them. He is the one that has brought many of these spurious rumors to my attention.
I sigh and I say, yes, it is very difficult to keep the peasants to listen to the daily prayers. They constantly talk and gossip about how we are losing favor with our Lord because the nobles are putting their self-interests in front of the crusade. Of course, the rabble should not be entertained with such, but one cannot help but hear these rumors.
Then perhaps you should do your duty and stamp them out.
Aghast.
Well,
it's time for righteous indignation, V.
As I play with my religious symbol, it starts to glow a bright blue shade of divine light. And I say, even a person touched by the divine is unable to quench such rumors.
Chaplain Desmas says, I have seen many tricks in my time. The prince's schedule is full. You two are nobodies. You will not be getting an audience with him. Good day. And he turns on his heel and walks away.
Okay, we'll have to go do the mission then. We're also going to be, if we manage to resolve this, going to make damn sure he knows who managed to stop it from being resolved.
I twitch as he walks away, and I say, tricks.
Yes,
Tricks.
I think we will start subquest number 1 right about now. Destroy Chaplain.
Oh, I see you've made an enemy.
Even after he leaves the room, Karl Heinrich stares intently to the door where he walked off.
You're not in a room. But okay, yeah, the guard comes up to you and says, "I'm sorry, my lord, I'm going to have you to leave. Ask you to leave."
Are you going to blaspheme at it as well? God fucking damn it! I'm surrounded by these people. I storm off.
Very, very righteous. V.
Yes, I've become very impressed by how much touched by God you are.
Is Ursula here as well? By the way, Arch, because.
No, the priest can one off. I'll just turn to the soldier and goes like, I understand. It saddens me that you and your brethren must be kept in this far too small encampment due to the close-mindedness of others, but do not fear. I'm sure it will work itself out.
I should have cast command person.
He just agrees and says, "It saddens me too, my lord."
I should have cast command person on him. Would have been good. Like, stop. Sit down.
Bark like a dog. Turn in a circle.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. It's like, do you still think these are tricks? Eh? Woof.
See, what you should have done was make a fucking... That was a cue for booming voice V. Just like, you dare command the services of the church.
Yeah, but Sargon made him storm off before I could do anything interesting.
You know, this man is a chaplain, right?
Okay.
He's a chaplain. He's the princess chaplain. He has no authority over local church matters.
Yeah, but he's not like unaware of church politics, and he does have a great deal of influence in and of himself. The chaplain of the prince, he's an important man.
I'm not saying he doesn't. He called me a liar.
Yeah, but you are a liar.
No, yeah, I am touched by the divine. God fucking.
Don't worry, we'll have him assassinated soon enough.
Yeah, just put his
Real
name
trick.
on the list, I guess.
No, I think the trick is gonna be to try and get him killed by the prince.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hope that will happen.
Okay.
Honestly, like this guy has committed the highest heresy.
Okay.
No,
but,
that's actually really good though, because now we can the rumblings of the soldiers. Ooh, we'll enhance reality a bit there. From now on, it's not one soldier who said me that this is really sad and that they're worried about the chaplain. From now on, it's every single bloody one of them.
No, you know what? When I do my holy things and I heal people and shit, I'll put a bad word for this guy. It's like this guy is the one sent from Satan.
I'm here to cure your blindness, but that chaplain's a boss guy. Fuck him.
Yeah, that chaplain has it in for me. It's like, you know, I'm trying to do God's work, but that guy, Jesus fuck.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I've got a new art here. Check this out.
That's exactly it.
Helicopter.
Yeah, imagine if you're doing that in a school, V. That's the reaction you probably get. Just so you know.
I don't agree with the comparison. I think it's a really bad.
So what's the plan?
Well, I have been paid 10 gold to follow the untrustworthy Inquisitor. So we shall follow the untrustworthy Inquisitor.
Right, okay. Well, Uzulu isn't an Inquisitor, but you just not.
I mean, you can believe that if you want, though.
Yeah. Feel free, I guess.
The newbie doesn't get a horse, by the way. Just pointing that out.
But we have 4 horses.
Yes, and 4 of them are mine.
We have a cart he can ride in.
You can walk.
Right, okay. Well, is there anything you want to get before you go?
Well,
Provisions.
we need food, and we will continue the exclusion of Uzulu as much as possible, obviously. We should probably fill the cart up so he can't sit in it.
Well, that's nothing new, you know. Hashtag everyone.
I mean,
How much food is in the cart from Sir Jan's camp anyway? How much do we have left?
I don't know. You tell me how much you've got in your character sheet.
I want to be nice to Uzulu, but his character is constantly eyeballing me, so...
He's a bit of a creep, that's true.
What have you got written down?
Right,
I mean,
I've got rations for 8 days still.
I've got 9 days on my person, but I don't know what came with the cart.
Well, anything you haven't got written down, I'm just going to assume has been stolen.
Oops.
This is why I should deal with all of everything.
So now the cart is empty. Except for I guess the chest that I put in it. Yeah.
Well, I'll turn to Uzulu, the expedition leader, and says, "So, brave leader, where's the food?"
The food?
Yes, the thing you put in your mouth to not die.
As the noble of the party, isn't it in your interest to know where that's coming from?
I'll look over at V. Nah, I'm in his employ now.
Who's
Let's
it?
go
Well, who's
shopping
V's
and get
employee?
this adventure going. Chop, chop, ladies.
Have you not gotten it now? My noble really does not give a shit about anything but himself and his family, to be fair. Unless either one of you would like to claim to be my long-lost brother.
How much?
Arch, I'm your
How
long
much
lost
gold
brother.
for the food, Sargon?
Devo, you're black.
Say again, V.
How much gold for 14 days worth of rations? I guess
What, for one person?
for all of us.
I mean, I'm still fine for food. I've still got my original Explorers pack, so
Hold on, before you shell out, before you shell out, I did actually write down, in fact, everything that was in the cart. I have it on a text file on my desktop. Cart, 3 horses plus Arch's horse, 4 large crates, 1 small crate, 5 barrels, large quantities of food, water, and clothing, tools, cooking equipment, 3 tents, unknown number of bedrolls, blankets, 3 bows, 3 spears, and 2 sets of lancer armor. That was the entire contents of the cart.
Okay.
How much of that do we still have?
Well, all of it, if you haven't done anything with it.
What is a lancer armor?
Yeah, I don't know what Lancer armor is. I think you mean leather armor.
There were lancers that we fought. I just wrote down their armor. I guess whatever it was.
They had leather armor.
Right. Sets of leather armor. There's all
Okay,
this.
so how much food is large quantity?
Yeah.
It wasn't spelled out.
For 4 people, it'll be a month's worth of food.
Lovely. We have enough food.
All right, let's go.
I shall pet the black man on the head and go, good monkey.
Why are there no super chats in this chat? Very disturbing.
What's that say? But anyway, right. Okay. Are you going to set off?
Actually, before that, let's go and buy a shield. We're gonna go shopping, V. Shopping, V. Shopping.
make sure you're going to bless one.
How much for a shield, Sargon? I'll buy
I
him
don't
one.
know. I have to go and look it up, V.
We need to go find a blessed shield.
It'll be in the armor section. The shield page is for the spell called shield.
Well, can
Anybody
someone
else
look it up?
want,
Because I actually don't have the manual at the moment.
I'm having a look.
A weapon, shield, padded, medium, shield,
NGP,
shield,
6
potential, yes,
Wait.
potential pounds.
Plus 2 armor class is what it does.
Yeah, what's the price of it?
10.
10. Oh, well, 20 gold pieces then.
Okay. Anybody would like to volunteer to pay?
How much? 10 gold pieces?
No, 20.
20? Okay. 5? All right. I'll try to haggle.
Okay.
What?
Persuasion.
Let me find it. Ah, there we go.
You fail.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, fine. I'll pay.
So Lilindy says, I have nothing to say, but V wants super chat, so glad to interrupt for nothing. Thanks, Lilindy. Don't feel obliged by V, trust me.
Yeah,
right, you can purchase a shield.
Archer get a shield.
I'm really happy
Specific
about
kind
this.
of shield.
Well, there's only one type of shield in D&D because D&D is not
Yeah.
supposed to have different weapons or anything interesting in it.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? But what I mean is like style of shield. You could, even if it
Even if it doesn't matter. In that case, I want like a fucking huge ass kite shield with a lion on the front that roars and spits fires and shit.
okay, well
You
it
get a
doesn't
buckler.
roar and spit fire, but you can find one with a lion painted on it.
I moral fag at the person in order to make him feel guilty for not giving a discount to a member of the church. That's also persuasion.
He
Nice.
just smiles and he says, my lord, I'm a member of the church. I'm just down on my luck.
But I rolled 22 though, so it's like basically it's saying that your soul will suffer in the other world. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, okay. He just just smiles and then turns to the next customer.
Almost like they don't care about their souls. They're heathens, all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we should consider just stabbing them and taking their shit.
I am going to buy a whip and whip the fuck out of these people when I come back.
They're clearly heretics.
The moment I get some inquisitorial power, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's
You
go on.
deliberately note that there were no super chats because now Sargon's getting wealthier.
Yes.
Don't send super chats for no reason, guys. Right. So what are you doing? Anything else you need to do?
We're going on an adventure.
Okay.
I mean,
is there anything you want to do before you leave?
Do we need anything else? Did we take the ropes off Negan?
We
No.
need to ask someone where the village we're going to is.
They've told you where it is. They've pointed out
Okay.
the map.
I
In
still
that case,
have
I
my
don't
rope
think there's anything
work.
else.
Okay, because rope will be useful.
See,
I've got my entire Explorers pack, so that's got a lot of gear in it.
I got moral fact by a super chat. Been
Anything
enjoying-
else we might need to deal with the peasantry?
No.
Thumb screws, whips,
No.
other motivational gear.
Let's just have an adventure, please, for the love of all that's holy.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm already sitting in the driver's seat of the cart. Let's go.
Oh, we've got cooking equipment. Let me just look through the list.
Want me to pull it up again?
How about we buy a ball bearing?
This is
Just
gonna be a
one
shopping game, isn't it? It's gonna.
I mean, ball bearings are useful, but you can't just have one. You need like 1,000 of them or something.
Oh no, it's a bag of 1,000. It's wonderful.
Okay, how much do they cost?
Actually, that's not a. I could do shit with ball bearings, but my noble doesn't know how to do shit with ball bearings. I mean, Sargon, if you haven't realized, but ball bearings? Oh my god, I could make fucking S-mines with this shit.
Yes, you could.
I know, I'm sad about it now. Oh.
Maybe roll
Right.
religion and you get like a divine inspiration to make one.
That would be wonderful.
Oh my god, you autists. Just sort yourselves out.
All right. Well, we'll what we will do though.
In the driver's seat, like, I swear to the prophet, I will come back there.
Do we have a healer's kit? Because that could actually be useful.
I do have one, yes.
Yes, and I have spared the dying. Let's go.
Okay. In that case, we'll take glass, bottle glass.
You want to take a glass bottle?
No,
Bottle.
those are expensive.
Yes, those are 2 gold coins.
Well, I do have some bottles. They're currently full, but I have some.
I'm going to be destroying them. If you're fine with that, I can use those.
Sure, I guess. I've got
Okay.
4 bottles, 3 filled with water, 1 filled with wine.
Okay, I'll take one of those then. And we'll need a small pouch.
Yeah, you can get a small leather pouch for like 5 copper.
Right, I'll buy that, and then I'll be Done.
You know what? I'll buy one too if they're that cheap.
You can both buy one because they are that cheap.
It's the medieval wallet.
Might have like a design of a little cat on it or something.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm very, very.
I'm thinking using my booming voice and say, "Hurry up, you faggot!"
Ooh, soap is 2 copper. We should all just splurge and buy a bathtub.
Holy fuck, this is going to be a shopping quest, isn't it?
I want to buy this soap. It's 2 copper. Let me buy the soap.
Let's put a bathtub in the cart so we can just bathe on our way.
So for £20 to get you out of your shopping experience, been enjoying your content ever since I discovered your channel. I've never learned so much from such an enigmatic fellow. Sorry, I cannot go to your live show despite wanting to go so bad. And V, you can stop lying to the folk.
Thanks, Halo Spartan.
So, how much for a wooden bathtub?
They don't have wooden bathtubs for sale.
They
Fuck is
have
wrong with them?
no, they have like those round thingies made out of wood.
Yes, one of those.
Oh,
V, I
oh,
think you
right.
wasted your money trying to convince Arch to come because we're just going to leave without him at this rate.
Yeah, probably like a silver piece.
Right, I'll get one of those and mount it on the rear of the cart.
Okay.
Okay. What's going on the cart?
Bathtub.
Devo, do you still have your prone ability? Can you prone Arch and Dragon?
My
Hold
God,
on,
why don't you just go?
We're going.
Is
Let's
there
go.
anything
Let's go.
warm water with?
No,
Why not?
because there isn't.
Arch,
Stone
you take a
oil lamp?
bucket. Listen, Arch, you take a bucket,
metal
you put a
bucket?
campfire, you warm the bucket over the campfire, and then you pour the hot water into the tub. Now, can we please go?
Hey,
Hell.
fine. Grooming kit?
Are you saying you don't already have a grooming kit?
I actually think I don't.
Well, that's pretty pathetic, isn't it?
Okay,
I know.
Start
That's
the
why I'm
horse.
asking.
Uzulu, start the horse, please.
Dev is
There
driving.
is actually no grooming kit in the list.
Dev, start the horse.
Hold on just a second here.
Come on, Dev, put the key into the ignition and start the horse.
I'm going to spend 1 key and punch Arch in the face.
No, but seriously, Arch, come on.
Yeah, but give me a grooming kit for fuck's sake.
You can just leave him behind if you want. He can lose out on the glory and then not be a
Yes.
man of renown when he needs to be.
Honestly, Arch is being a twat, so unless
I have a horse. I can catch up.
Okay. Yeah, we're leaving.
Okay. Who has good sleight of hand? Secretly hitch Arch's horse to the cart and leave.
A horse is connected to me at the fucking hip, Devo. Right.
Arch, out of
Are you a
character. Can
centaur?
we, Arch, out of character. Can we play, please?
Yes, I just want a grooming kit.
Okay, how much for a grooming kit,
It's a
Sargon?
silver piece.
Right, I'll
Silver
pay
piece.
for it. We're going. Come on.
Okay, I'm happy. We can leave now.
Okay, great. You travel for a week.
That was
It's a
so
long fucking journey.
Are you gonna
There
skip
are
that
lots
whole
of people on the road. Some of them talk to you, some of them don't. Some of them look foreign, some of them don't.
I perform miracles whenever I get the occasion.
You don't have an occasion to perform miracles when you're just walking along.
Well, if I ever see a blind person on the way or someone injured or anything like that, for a week, chances are that I might be able to see something like that.
Okay, I'm
V,
not
make
supposed
the
to
entire
find any
cart
blind
glow.
people.
No.
You know what I love is that you have absolutely no conception of narrative. You don't see any blind people on the journey.
Okay.
They just seem to be relatively healthy people that you pass. But yeah, eventually you arrive at Warray. Alright, so you have to do something. It's in the top left corner.
All right.
And I will use
Just like the bishop.
There we
I'll
go.
just use Uzulu as the party token for now. Warray, let me. Right, yeah. So you're tired from being on the road for a week. It's a small, unwalled village. As you head in down the main path, you see a blacksmith hammering away at his forge. There are groups of men and women going about their daily business, with children doing chores and running around playing. As you go in, the blacksmith notices you and calls out to you and says, "Hail, strangers! My name is Canfred. Why are you here?"
Hello,
Hail,
Canfred.
good
I am
blacksmith.
immaculately fucking groomed.
I also have really good clothes on, so
I've
Yeah,
encountered
but
the problem
You
immediately, Arch.
aren't washed. You're filthy and dirty, and you don't have a grooming kit. I glisten in the early morning sun.
We both seem to think we're leading this party. Me because I have the mandate to, and you because you're you.
I'm the noble. You're a peasant.
I'm
not a
following
peasant.
Ozulu on this. So
We both said hello to the blacksmith at the same time, and then Arch preened himself in front of the blacksmith.
What
And
would
I
you
said,
like to do with the blacksmith? Usually,
I'm gonna. Well, I assume best thing to do is to find whoever's in charge of the village, whoever the person with the most authority here is. How would I go about asking that in context?
well, however you want. I mean, how do you want to? I can't tell
Well,
you
I
how to ask you questions.
My character would know how the village, like the authority structure generally is. I don't know if there's
Hey,
actually like
blacksmith, who's in charge around here?
Yeah, I mean, you could just say that.
The blacksmith says you'd want to speak to the mayor. Why have you come?
I look at
Mayor of the
Uzulu and
village,
say, "You can
medieval.
thank me later."
I didn't expect a village to have a mayor. Okay, whatever, fine. we shall go to the mayor then. Where is the mayor?
He's in his house, I imagine.
Where is his house?
Largest house around Uzulu. God
He
damn it.
points down the road and says, "On the sorry, which way you're facing? On the left."
I thank the blacksmith, and we continue down the road.
I love how you ignored him. It's like he's not even a person.
Blacksmith, he says, "Why are you here?"
I stay while Uzulu walk away. Oh, don't mind him. He's a bit sparse. So, we're here on official business. It's very hush-hush. Can't tell you. Except if you know.
Okay, he looks rather pensive about all this, and says, "Okay, well, if you need any help, I'll be at my forge." And then just walks back over to his forge and starts hammering away again.
I
I'm
stay.
not letting
No,
him
hold
walk
on.
away. Bastard. Do you sell the shit here?
I can make nails and horseshoes to anyone's order, assuming that I'm paid in advance, my lord.
Ooh, nails.
I have a question for him. I say, look, I don't know if we can trust anyone, but I'll use him like an honest man. So I'll trust you with this. My daughter is very, very sick, and I heard that we could find certain medicine in this village.
You'll have to repeat that, Veeks. My internet cut out there. Say again.
Okay.
Lying to the peasantry again, Jesus.
Yes.
Say again, V. I didn't hear that.
I will say, okay, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. We shouldn't be talking about this, but you look like someone that is trustworthy, and I really need the help of someone in this village. My daughter is really, really sick, and I heard that there might be some medicine here in this village that does make miracles. And I'm so desperate, I'm willing to spend all the coin I have in order to acquire this medicine.
He says, "Oh, where have you come from?"
Well, my village was destroyed by the heathens that worship the beast god.
I meant on this journey, unless... I mean, where's your daughter?
My daughter is too sick to travel, I'm sorry, so I had to leave her at Pendley with the other refugees.
He just shrugs and says, "Well, I think you'd probably find better medicine in Pendling than you would here. I'm sorry."
I know, but I heard rumors that there is some medicine here that is far better than anything they have in Pendley. I tried everything. I'm desperate.
He shrugs and says, "We do have healers, but I mean, I would go to Pendley to get myself medicine if I needed it. But I suppose you'll have to ask the mayor, I suppose."
I nod, and I thank him for it. I'm going to leave before I get emotional and start crying.
Or begin it before he starts wondering if you're lying to him.
Yeah, he doesn't look entirely persuaded by your story.
Well, shouldn't I roll a persuasion roll
if you
to see
want
if...
to.
Yeah, maybe I can.
Why must you lie to everyone, V?
This is what I mean. If you want to, let's see what he says. Oh, he's not persuaded.
Yeah, okay.
He looks at you like you've just lied to him, and then he turns away and gets back to his work.
I just stare off after V like, fucking manservant.
I wasted my persuasion roll with the merchant.
He literally just makes shit up, I say to the blacksmith. Now, I'd like the blacksmith to actually make me some nails. And if you can acquire a nice big plank as well to hammer them into.
Well, he has nails for sale. I mean, how many do you want?
Anyone who sells processed wood, long planks.
There probably is someone he can get a plank.
The lumberjack, I guess.
Okay.
What? Why? Okay, yeah.
I want a plank, and I want him to hammer a bunch of nails into it so the sharp end is sticking out.
He says he could do that if you want.
Lovely.
Okay, he'll do that for a silver piece.
Wonderful.
Do you want to wait or?
No, I'll pop by later on.
Okay, he'll make sure it's done.
Fantastic.
Okay. What's the plan now, Uzlu?
We are continuing to the mayor's hut unless someone else stops us along the way.
All right, okay.
So it seems that if there is, I talk to Zulu and I say if there is indeed people selling heretical potions, it's very hush hush.
It would have to be.
Okay, you arrive at the mayor's house. It's the largest house in the town, as one might expect. Okay, what are you doing?
Well, I assume there's no guards at the house.
No, there are
No,
no guards
like
in the
there are.
house.
Right. In that case, we shall knock upon the door.
Okay.
All of us at once.
After a moment, a peasant answers it and says, "Good day, my lord. What can I do for you?"
He's probably obviously not the mayor, so I'll just say, "Can you bring me the mayor?" Or I'm here to seek audience with the mayor on official business with the Inquisition.
Ooh.
I tell Uzulu, if you tell him you're with the Inquisition, I can cast a spell upon him so he wouldn't lie to us.
V, why don't you let someone else have an interaction with the character for 5 minutes?
I told Uzulu this in character.
Yeah, I know.
Thing is, I don't see a reason not to swing our dick around. We've got the authority to see what they're doing here.
Yeah. So Uzulu, are you showing him the paperwork?
I guess my thought was that the mayor might not see us otherwise, but he probably doesn't get much business, so it might not be worth doing after all. I think
you already kind of told them, so
yeah. All right, well, I'll just leave it at that and not show him the paperwork. See what he does.
Okay. Well, I mean, you'll probably have to make a persuasion roll.
Wouldn't he just run off on word of that and fetch the mayor?
I think he'd need some proof.
You can't read though.
Probably a medieval peasant. You could hold them a piece of paper and go like, "Here, read this."
It has a wax seal on it.
Yeah, but has he ever seen one in his life?
The picture book.
He'll know what it is when he sees it.
All right, I shall show him the papers then.
Right. He takes one look at it and says, please come in. And then he invites you in. He takes you through the house until you get to a dining room where the mayor's having lunch with what is presumably his wife. The mayor's an older man. Let me tell you about what it looks like. He's an older man. He's wearing sort of beat up old fur trimmed robe. He's got a grey beard, large bags under his eyes. And he sat opposite his wife, and she's wearing a plain dress, but she does have a gold necklace on. They look like they're in their 60s. They're pretty damn advanced in years. When you come in, the mayor stands up and says, "Oh, who's this?" And the peasant introduces you as an agent of the church and excuses himself. The mayor walks forward and goes to shake your hand easily, saying, "Hello, I'm Mayor Darwell of Warri. How can I help you?"
I meet his hand and say, "We've heard troubling reports. May we talk?"
Indeed. He says, "Go into your study." He takes you in there and says, "Well, what troubling reports have you heard?"
All right, out of character, just to make sure I don't get this wrong. The story is that there are reports of healing potions in this village, yes?
That is strange healing potions, is what you were told.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought.
If you want me to cast Zone of Truth, I can do that.
Would it be evident that you had done it?
Yes, but
Yes.
we are with the Inquisition, so
Also, just to recount who is there, did you go off in a room by yourself? As far as I'm aware, I'm still by the blacksmith.
No, he's taken you all, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so we're all
Yeah,
in
I
the room
think,
with the mayor.
As long as the study isn't too small for 4 people, one of
No,
which...
it's big
space
enough
for
for
2
you to
people?
stand in.
All right.
It's fine.
Thanks, Uzulu.
It is true, though.
it's
Okay,
your call, Uzulu, if you want it or not.
we'll keep it available. So I'll just ask him straight up first. The church is concerned about rumors of potentially heretical items in the area. Have you heard any such rumors?
He just shakes his head and says no. But I mean, peasants talk about anything they see as being something heretical. They're generally stupid, aren't they?
True, but do you think the Inquisition is?
Nod his head quietly in the corner.
Well, they if they're getting their rumors from peasants, which is where most rumors begin.
Sounds like he's questioning the Inquisition a bit here.
Hmm.
I guess the next step is to say I don't know if he's saying no. Do you have any storage rooms that we could investigate?
That's a good suggestion. By the way, more ritualist art, just so you know.
The
Yeah,
mayor
fine.
says, well,
I'm
"Am
just
I
waiting.
under investigation?"
Everyone is under investigation.
When the Inquisition comes along, everyone can be. You're not a suspect, but we have to investigate these reports.
You might be.
He just laughs and says, "Okay, well," and then he takes you out of the room and to the door to the cellar and just opens it and says, "Go nuts."
I have an impression that we're not going to find anything, but I guess we'll do an investigation anyway.
Okay, you can make a search check in his cellar if you want.
I'm only really disappointed if this literally was just a wild goose chase.
I can still cast Zone of Truth. You might be able to get better answers.
We'll probably do that if we don't find anything. Yeah.
I love the logic. If we don't find anything heretical, we'll force him to see if we can't find anything.
Well, it might not be in here.
You don't find anything.
Yeah, I know I don't, but there's 4 of us. Come on, guys, pitch in.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Hold on.
I don't think if we could find anything, he would allow us to just go nuts.
You don't find anything out of the ordinary in his cellar.
Yeah,
Alright,
you're right, V, but we
let's,
might as well look anyway.
You don't find anything really interesting
Okay.
in his cellar.
While we're doing this, I'm going to show off these 2 artworks that came in.
Art, can you roll a 20 for us, please?
Where's the search thing? Acrobatic, animal handling, the investigation. There you go. Can't find anything.
Wow.
We all just blunder around in the darkness, barely moving anything out of the way.
Tell you what, you look like total amateurs to him.
Who's to say we are?
After an hour of searching, you come back out, okay, and he just says, "Did you find anything?"
Do you want
What
me to?
was in there? Can I at least engage him to discuss his taste of wine or something? Can I try and steal something?
Yeah,
We found almost literally nothing.
It's like a normal cellar. It's got food in there.
He just smiles and says, "Well, thank goodness for that. I'd hate to think there was heresy going on in my cellar." Like, why down there?
Indeed, we thank you for your cooperation, but the investigation isn't over yet. If you don't mind, we'll be having a look around.
I actually look at him.
Why, are there potions in your sock drawer? If you don't mind, we'll be having an investigation of the entire village.
I take a very serious look.
He says, I don't think it's going to be quite that easy. People can be cagey, even if you think you're coming from the Inquisition, which I'm sure you are. People don't tend to just allow the Inquisitors to burst in with no reason.
Well, Uzulu, the only next logical step is torture.
I mean, you joke, but psychological torture might actually be the next logical step with Vij magic. I mean, like, everything we've seen, yeah, well, everything we've seen so far indicates that this is just a peaceful village with nothing going wrong, which means that something's definitely going wrong.
I drop a large
like that way of thinking.
I drop a large book in order to draw attention, and I say,
Where did you find a large book?
Magic a large book out here.
Well, he clearly wandered off and fetched one for this very purpose.
I slam my quarterstaff into the ground in order.
You have a quarterstaff.
I have the staff.
I'm loving this. This is perfect.
I make a loud noise. Fucking hell, can we get this roleplay going?
Right, okay, so you're making a loud noise.
Oh, this is first class autism. Yeah.
Booming voice, V. Booming voice.
No, because I don't want to wake the neighbors.
You make a loud horse-like noise, and everyone pays attention to you. V. What is it?
Does this seem funny to you? Do you think the Inquisition would have sent us here on a wild goose chase? Do you really want the next step where the soldiers of the Inquisition come here, the penitent knights, and turn all of this upside down?
Okay, that is a good point, but why the horse noise?
The horse noise, that's like Sargon described it.
You didn't say no.
Okay, my internet actually cut out again there, so I didn't hear that.
You missed the best.
Are you busy making an enemy of the mayor of this?
Yes, so I stamp my foot on the ground really hard in order to get the.
I fucking love this. We have no reason to go this fucking hot and heavy on this.
And then I say, do you find this funny, sir?
He's not laughing at you, V. I'm laughing at you.
Okay. Do you want? Well, then role play the character accordingly. Do you want the next step of this to come about? Do you want the soldiers, the penitent knights, to come here and turn this village upside down? Because if we don't go back to the Inquisition and tell that this village has nothing to hide, they will do that.
Well, his answer obviously is just that they have nothing to hide.
He says, I think that you'll find that my lord will have a problem with that. He's not just going to allow the soldiers of the Inquisition to march in here without reason. Why you would even suggest such a thing is beyond me. How have I not cooperated with you so far?
Man has a point.
If there is heresy, I would like to find it too.
I nod. I say
Please excuse our pet vagrant. We'll be leaving now.
Hold on.
The Lord. That's actually important. Could I step in and just go like, okay, good point, sir. Let's have a reasonable conversation. You mentioned a Lord. Where could we find this Lord so we can go insult him and ransack his cellar too?
Yes, you will find him in Penderley.
Oh, fucking lovely.
Oh, week's
his
journey in
liege
the direction.
lord.
I say, so we have your full cooperation then.
Yes.
Then you won't mind me casting a holy prayer that will ensure you tell us the truth. And if it turns out that after the prayer you maintain that you know nothing about it, we will simply leave.
Right, okay. I'm just saying, out of character, right? You are going way beyond your mandate. If this guy goes to the Inquisition, you're fucked. Do you understand that?
I was happy to just leave after the
mayor
Senate
of this
investigation.
fucking village, you are a pleb on a mission to find out what's happening, and you're threatening him with violence. Just so you know, you're really not in control of what's going on here, but you're acting like you are. I'm just letting you know. So
There might be a tendency among D&D players to try to get every opportunity out of a situation, but sometimes that's the wrong thing to do.
Like, this guy isn't just a peasant.
I mean, I think it was time to leave, perhaps before the cellar investigation failure. But I'm owning that. So after the cellar investigation failure, I think it's definitely time to leave now. We can reserve psychological torture for later.
Okay.
Against you.
Because I mean,
This
the fact that
poor man.
his manner indicates to me that he isn't obviously lying. He probably doesn't know anything about what's going on if there is something going on. So we'll just ask around the village.
Wow, Uzulu should be in charge of more adventures.
I would just like to note, if I had been in charge to begin with, none of this would have happened.
I believe it.
Yeah, because the Inquisition wouldn't have been able to pay you enough money to do the quest in the first place.
Yes, but that doesn't defeat my point, now does it?
It kind of does indirectly, actually.
All I said was that none of this would have happened, not how.
Right, so, Uzulu, what would you like to say to the mayor?
I would just like, well, I kind of already said it. Like, apologies for the pet vagrant, and we're just going to ask around. When I said, if you don't mind, we'll be here to investigate, I didn't mean we're going to break into everyone's house. I just meant we're going to ask some questions. We're just going to stick around the village for a bit. I was expecting.
He says that's fine. I'm more than willing to help. Let's go and see the priest at the chapel and see what he has to say.
Great. Let's do that.
So, okay, now give me a second.
Yeah, I've got 2 new arts to show. Here's the first one. Arch's cart.
Everything is as it should be.
Including the dying horse.
I love the shield.
And the second one is Arch shield shopping.
Right, okay.
Thank you again, Rich Willis. Who's this portly gentleman we've encountered?
That's the mayor.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you go to the chapel and it's still closed, even though it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. So the mayor bangs on the church door for some time.
The sin of sloth.
Yeah. Bitch, get out of the way. So yeah, the mayor bangs on the door for some time and yells, Gadin, get up. Get up. And after about 10 minutes of banging, I didn't get him to make the damn thing. Okay. Let me just find someone who's going to fill in for a priest. There we go. Yeah, after about 10 minutes of banging and yelling, the door opens, and there is a very hunched over, unshaved, unwashed old man with a bald scalp and boils all over his face, who stinks of booze. And he says, "What do you want, Dowell?" The mayor replies, "These men have a question for you about rumors that they have heard. Go and make yourself presentable." And he just turns around, leaving the door of the church open, and walks back in. The mayor indicates that you follow him.
All right, well, then let's do so. I assume the rest of you are with me?
I assume they're with you unless they say they're not.
Yep, let's go.
Okay, you head into the church, and it's musty and stinks of booze. The priest goes up to a bowl, starts washing his face a bit, and then snots out his nose and shit like this, and then just turns around and walks into his quarters next to the main entrance to the church. He comes out with an amber bottle of wine that's half full and just starts drinking it and says, "What do you want?"
Well, firstly, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. He's also a man of the church. And I think you and him are going to get on really well.
Okay, and who are you introducing him to?
This is the local priest of Warre. He's very dedicated to his religion.
Like you see, he is in deep communion with the Holy Spirit right this moment.
I tried to hide my disgust.
Father Gadin turns to you, V, and he gives you an Erothian greeting, the Lord's blessings to you, but he slurs it somewhat.
Lord's blessing upon you as well, Father.
No one in the scene likes this character, but I like this character.
I realize that even though I have the righteous moral high horse here, I'm not going to moral fag at him because I have no power in these situations.
The first time in the entire story that you decide not to moral fag, and it's the time I wanted you to.
No. The one time you actually have the full and uncontested moral high ground, you choose to not make use of it.
but the second he meets a friendly, happy to cooperate mayor who's just like, I'm happy to. V sits there and pontificates at him about he's going to get the Inquisition to burn his village down.
You know what? Okay, fine. Hold on.
I just want you to make him a bit uneasy, V.
Okay. In the name of God, stop drinking.
That's not quite what I meant.
Right,
That's
you actually
not
cast a
quite
spell
what I
on
meant.
that.
Yes, in the name of God.
Use your words, V, but not those words.
Put down your drink and listen to
Does
us.
anyone want to intervene in V about to do something stupid?
Why is
I
it
think-
stupid?
I think I could
Hold
do.
on. He is the village drunk. No one else is here to witness this.
The mayor is
Even if
right.
Except the mayor.
The mayor is outside.
No, he's not.
Oh, the mayor is in here as well?
Yes.
Instead of stopping this, I think
Okay.
I'll choose to do damage control instead. Just go off to the mayor and like, as fellow nobles, I want you to understand these people are batshit. Take everything you see in here with a pinch of
No,
salt.
hold on. I thought the mayor is outside and we're inside. This
He's
is why I
right
was
next
casting.
to you.
Okay, right. Then I'm not casting the spell.
Okay.
Good. All I wanted you to do was say something like, just say something sly that cuts to his religious fervor. Maybe he'll have a quip in return about how wine is actually completely
No,
fine.
I know these type of people. Like I work in the hospital. There's nothing you can say to them that will get them.
Your character doesn't.
They already moral fag themselves into that position. They're just...
All right, look, it's not that important, but just bear in mind, V, that this seems to me to be completely different from how you've been for the rest of the campaign. All right, it's fine though. It's a minor thing. I was hoping that the interaction would happen naturally, but it doesn't matter. So I don't suppose it's going to help to just ask him, but it's as a formality. I think we probably should. I'll ask him the same thing I asked the mayor. We've heard reports of heresy around this village. Do you know of any such rumors?
He just kind of sloshes the bottle of wine at you and says, "Heresy? Everyone here is close to God. Everyone." And then just takes a long glug from the bottle.
Surely,
Yeah, that's what you're drinking.
I will actually ask. I would say normally the confession is maintained secret. However, when the church investigates such matters, it's okay to be upfront. Has any of the peasants during confession say that they have drank some miraculous healing potions or they have witnessed things unnatural?
He burps at you and just says curtly, "How do you think I know they're all close to God, you moron? The only thing that they're drinking in this town is this wine."
I like to use the investigation skill to see if he's lying or not.
Is that investigation?
Yeah, I think, or insight.
Yeah, insight. Yeah. Go ahead. He doesn't look like he's lying.
This wine. Say, is there anything special with this wine, old priest?
He
That's
just
why
looks
I
at you
asked.
and goes, "It's delicious, my lord."
Oh, that's fantastic. Do you have any more lying around?
No, this is all mine.
I lean forward and
Those two answers
I
are a bit contradictory there.
I put one gold piece on the table and I say, if you can think really, really hard and tell me some people that are close to God but not as close as the others, if you know what I mean, you
He
can
just-
buy as much wine as you want from this
Another
Little
V gambit.
donation.
Let's see if it pays off.
little donation to the church.
Okay. Okay. He leans forward, and you can just smell the stench
Sargon's gone.
And Sargon again. By the way, V, you said that 10 gold was all you had. That's why I accepted you paying me that. Now, you're spending money left, right, and center.
I did lie. Sargon can check my character sheet, and he can see that I had more money.
All right. We are going to do something about that sooner or later.
Sargon, I think your internet disconnected just before you told us what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He said he just leans forward and burps in V's face and says, firstly, that's not enough for a bottle of this fine wine. Secondly, no one is close enough to God. No one is as close as they should be. And you know it. And thirdly, I don't take bribes.
Holy shit, we found a principled drunk.
Let's take away his alcohol, because he's making it sound special, and I'm paranoid.
You just want things.
Maybe it is special. Might be special.
I take the gold piece back, and I look to Zolo, and I say, I don't think he knows anything. Well, actually, this does reduce the list of suspects. If he knows everyone, and everyone is close to God, and the people who don't go to church, the people who miss Mass, those are the ones we should talk to.
I doubt anyone misses Mass in this village.
I look towards the mayor and towards the priest again, and I say, are there any people who are in the village but don't go to church on Sunday?
Well, I mean, people go to church every day, but really, he just turns to you and says, with him running this church, yes, but that's not their fault.
I see. I suppose I'd want to ask the mayor in private. Would it be unusual in this world for there to be priests that were this special?
Special.
Who are you asking this exactly?
Well, I'm asking you just about the world. My character would have an idea if there's drunks in most village chapels.
I don't think there are most chapels, no.
In that case, I'd prefer to ask the mayor out of earshot of the priest. So I guess we'll bid the priest farewell for now and ask the mayor.
Before that,
okay.
I'd like to ask the priest where he acquired this fine vintage. Is it local?
Mm-hmm. He says from the general store that's in the main town. If you've got the penny, then you can have it.
How much is it?
6 gold pieces a bottle.
Jesus Christ.
This, this is an obvious hint.
Well, hold on. If people don't go to church, how the fuck is he having money to buy
Now,
wine?
that doesn't matter, but this priest is dead drunk off his ass on 6 gold a piece fucking wine.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. Like, okay, so...
And he's drinking. I think he might have a guilty conscience.
It's not only that. It's like people don't go to church. They don't donate money, right? He doesn't take bribes. And yet, he has money to buy 6 gold wine a bottle. What?
I think he's being threatened into this, maybe.
All right. So one of you thinks he's getting way too much money, so he's on some sort of
yeah, I actually asked
business.
this.
And one of you
Father,
thinks that
please,
he's
Father,
spending the last of his money because he knows he's not going to have much longer to spend it.
I say, Father, I'm bewildered. You say that people don't really come to Mass.
He didn't say that.
Well, didn't you say that?
Uzulu took the mayor aside, and the mayor said that he was basically a slovenly timekeeper. So if people don't go to church, it's often because he hasn't opened up.
Yeah. Well, I actually, Father, I'm a little bit bewildered. The door was closed when we got here. I understand there's not that many people that go to Mass. Where do you have money to purchase such an expensive wine?
He just says that's none of your business.
I look towards Uzulu if he wants to push this matter any further.
Uzulu's not there. Uzulu, in fact, has done us a favor by taking the mayor outside. V, it's time for that creepy touch him and make him tell the truth thing.
I did not actually do that. I was contemplating it, but...
Okay, do it then.
I was contemplating it, but then you jumped in to say something else before I did.
I thought you just said you did. Okay, I misheard.
I rolled 20 insight and he wasn't lying, so...
You don't think he's lying? Why not? Just do it.
You've got a good roll, and he doesn't appear to be lying. He looks too inebriated to lie.
I think our next stop is the general store. I'm quite happy to move on if you lads are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. In that case, we'll bid the priest good day and step outside. When we get there, I'm going to, as I detailed, ask the mayor how you came across this man of the cloth and why you keep him if he's so incompetent.
The mayor just sighs and says, well, I mean, I could complain to the church, but he hasn't always been this way. It's been since the death of his sister that he's really started drinking.
When did his sister die?
About 2 years ago from tuberculosis.
Okay. I'm not seeing any leads there.
Wrath
All
of
right.
God. Yes.
Unless any of the rest of you have any more to add to that line of questioning, I think we'll head to the general store.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Is the mayor giving us a guided tour here, or would he prefer for us to do it
The
ourselves?
mayor just says, where do you want to go now? And if
Okay.
you say the general store, he says, okay, well, I'll take you to the general store.
Let's see where the priest gets his wine.
Yep.
I've got 2 arts. There's the first one. Snitches get stitches.
That's
Then
great.
Here's the second one.
I've seen that one.
It looks similar, but it's a new one.
I tell you, V, you need to calm down. That's all I'm saying.
Mate, I've been waiting for months to use
for
any
the
sort of
sniff of
remote
power.
intimidation. It's building up, is what I'm saying. At the moment I find the weakling, I'm going to unleash wrath upon him.
Okay. Just okay.
I mean, there's probably children in the village. We got to keep V away from them, I guess.
I would
Or you need to,
definitely recommend
yeah,
it.
get a child and me in the same building so I can
To
cast
be
some
fair,
magic.
if somebody would know about misdeeds going on, it would be the children. I say we capture one and force it to tell us what it knows.
Oh, actually, no, hold on. That's a good idea. Do I
Yes,
notice?
I know it is.
Do I notice any beggars as we're going by, or any people?
The village is too small for beggars.
Any
It's a
homeless?
good concept, Arch, but with a very poor plan for implementation.
No, because I'm not going to be taking the blame if it goes wrong.
Well, then I'm going to be taking the point of my spear. Then, if you try to impugn my name by kidnapping a child on my mandate,
Of course not. We'll blame V. Jesus, don't be paranoid.
Okay.
Do we still have?
Right, yeah, you go into the general store. There are, there are villages in there.
Is there a bell at the door that goes like cling cling?
No, there's not a bell at the door. But you go in and it's just, a pretty general store. There's food and clothes and textiles and stuff like that. And
Arch,
around shopping.
let's go shopping.
Yeah.
no, we've entered the shop for the explicit purpose of not shopping.
What's for sale?
We encounter an exuberant shopkeep.
I ask the mayor, is there any apothecary, alchemist, or like a village witch somewhere where people go to buy?
Village witch.
Well,
Is there a local witch in this highly religious?
a local herbalist. Let's put it like that.
Can we deal with the fact that you've just walked into the shop first?
Okay.
Right.
I don't know
okay.
why
That can
we're
be our
here,
next
but
question when we leave the shop fee.
Right. So at the counter is a 30-something woman who's just serving customers.
All right. In that case, I think we'll continue the drill. We'll ask her the same question we asked the rest.
Okay. Well, I guess queue. And when the queue
okay,
is
yeah.
on, the mayor says, Efrith, these are investigators here on business for the church. I'd like you to cooperate with them as much as you can and tell them anything that they need to know. And she turns to you and says, yes, what is it you'd like to know?
We are here on reports that were given that the Inquisition has received about a particular kind of heresy. Particular brews were reported to be potentially heretical. Do you know anything about any sort of potentially heretical substances?
healing potion.
Heretical brews? I don't know anything about that.
Again, we were told strange brews. Calling them heretical might confuse the poor peasants.
Are healing potions heretical?
I doubt it, considering I
depends
think
what
we've
they
used
are.
one.
Depends on what, sorry, Sargon?
It depends what they are. I mean, like most healing potions that you'll find will be made of some sort of herbs. So no.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you have
Alright.
any healing potions for sale?
She says no.
Hold on.
but,
Before
I
this
mean,
goes on, I wanted to do this on the first thing she said.
Okay.
She said she didn't know.
Sorry, what was the thing you asked for again?
She said she didn't know of any. It was just to the initial question. She didn't know of any heretical substances.
Well, I mean, she doesn't appear to be lying.
No?
She
Well, it's best I
seems
can do with that one.
bewildered. You know, she's just a peasant shopkeeper.
That-
So
Hmm.
she looks a little bit nervous. I mean, she's just like, I don't
That-
know.
that
I mean,
should have-
the only thing we sell here is our famous amber wine.
That's it.
That
No,
fucking
the only
there's
thing that
something
matches
wrong.
your description, obviously.
That's
Th- does she?
buy a bottle.
No. Does she have any healing potions for sale?
No.
Does she know where we could get any healing potions? Like, is there a village alchemist or anything like that?
She. Hang on a second. She thinks about it and says, "Well, I mean, you might want to go and see Margaret, who lives out in the woods. She often
Yeah.
gets good, herbs and stuff like that to heal people."
The witch.
Oh wait,
So when I asked for the village witch, why didn't they tell about Margaret? God damn.
She's
because she's
fucking
not the
witch.
witch.
She's living in the woods alone and making herbs.
Doesn't make her a witch. Jesus.
Of course,
So
I bet she has the weird nose as well.
God,
The
I bet
distinction
they learned a lot
between
of
a
poor old
herbalist and a
ladies
witch is
remaining
where they
in the
live.
Middle Ages, didn't they? Sorry, say that again.
References.
Alex.
We'll
Uzulu, sorry.
I was just saying that for V, the distinction between a herbalist and a witch is where they live.
Exactly, like decent herbalists live in town, and they're men.
They don't live near the herb.
They live in the town, and they're men.
Maybe sometimes they're old widows.
Okay, that's a witch.
Did your husband die before you? You're a witch.
No, V, I don't have
okay,
cause to say
listen. If your husband died
be
before
a
you,
case of sexism.
and you live in the forest, and you live outside the town, and you deal with herbalism, you're a
Lots of
fucking
people
witch.
live
Get with the
near-
Inquisition, Sargon. What are you doing?
Lots of people live in the like when I say living in the forest, like the
He's moral fagging now. It's like I just don't get it.
it's surrounded by forest. I mean, you don't have to go very far to live in the forest.
Okay, and do you need to do herbalism as well and heal people?
Well, some people need it, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess a
It's
witch
half
does
your
need the
job.
protection of the people.
V, if you were female, by your standard, you'd probably be a witch.
Maybe. And you know what I would do? I would live in the fucking city. Probably have a good husband as well.
But she does, the lady says you really should, try our wine. It really is. If you've come all this way, it's really something remarkable.
Is this
DM
quest
is
gonna end up being
hinting
like
ever
they
so
made-
fucking subtly that it's the fucking wine. Buy the
Yeah, no,
fucking wine.
This quest is going to end up being they make really good wine and the Inquisition are just squares.
I ask, do we get a sample or do we have to buy it right away?
You have to buy it.
I tried to persuade her for a sample.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
That's a good persuasion roll, V. Jesus, hang on. You've got to haggle with her for a bit. She's pretty damn tight-fisted. After a few minutes, she reaches under the counter, pulls up a bottle of wine, gets a small mug, and gives you just a drop.
Okay. What would I have to do in order to do the smelling and see if there's look at that
Make a perception check if you want.
Yeah. Smelling, look at it under the sunlight.
Do a religion check as well. I don't know if that would
Can't
help.
look at it under the
Actually.
sunlight 'cause it's in a wooden mug. But
It's heretical. God damn it, it's heresy.
it smells like a nice spicy wine. I mean,
The blood of children is in this glass.
are you gonna try it?
Yes.
Critical fail. You bump your head on the glass while you're sniffing it.
Okay. Yeah, it tastes pretty good.
Hmm.
It's unusual, but it's definitely nice tasting.
What is unusual about it, though?
You can't tell.
Would I have to make a roll in order to be?
I'm just giving you the one perception.
By the bleeding fucking bottle.
I ask her what's in it.
She says she can't tell you. It's a secret recipe.
I saw that coming. I was going to ask earlier, but
If you go up to
okay.
the Coca-Cola factory, excuse me, what's in it? They can tell you fuck off.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the plan is to put a note in this because the wine may be suspicious, and go see the herbalist because if anyone in this village knows if the wine is suspicious or not, it's going to be the herbalist or the apothecary, whatever we're calling her. Just not
to
witch.
be fair, okay, hold on. To be fair, the priest is chugging it, and there's nothing wrong with him. So
Yeah, there's nothing
don't know
wrong
if
with
I'd say
him
there's nothing
except
wrong with him.
being addicted to the wine, slurring his words,
but
and
that's
not
that's
waking
called
up.
being a drunk, mate.
Listen, he might have been near death at some point recently and then made a miraculous recovery. I think we go see the herbalist.
Okay. We're off to see the herbalist.
Again, we politely thank the woman and leave the store, and then we ask the mayor where we might find the herbalist.
Okay,
Can
you
we
may
stop leaving stuff? Maybe I wanted to buy things.
Then
Jesus.
buy it, Arch. Buy it. Do it, faggot. Do it.
Can you afford it?
Actually, yes, because Via's given me a fair bit of his money.
Spend half the money you got for this mission on the wine.
Okay, so what are you doing, Arch? Are you buying anything or what?
It's clearly the wine, you monkeys. Ah.
We have to
I'll
actually
buy the wine.
show our working though, Arch.
Even then, there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with the wine. I mean, V drank it. He didn't die.
I don't know. Arch is the one. It's like the priest is drinking the wine. It is the wine. It's like the.
The GM is telling you very, very fucking clearly that it is the wine.
Arch, what if the
Am
wine
I
is
really, Arch? That's interesting. Do you think I may have planned in advance for your metagaming?
No.
Really?
It's fucking metagaming right here.
So you're asking, like, is Sargon really that smart to plan in advance for metagaming?
Do I know that Arch is a GM and knows his stuff? Maybe. Maybe.
Okay,
I'd like to credit,
We'll ignore the wine, and we'll go to the herbalist
I
who
would-
doesn't make the fucking wine.
Hold on.
Faggot.
That's
I'll
a
sell
good
you
one.
the wine.
Steal the wine.
Okay.
Steal it.
Do nothing of the sort. Okay, I want to credit Orex in the chat for saying, wait, this is the same thing that happened with the mead in the first village on that first episode. They're going to turn into zombies. I'm not saying it's even likely, but if it's possible,
I don't think it is, because if that was the case, the priest would have already been affected.
oh, well, possibly. We don't know how long
This is why I drank it. This
takes.
is why I trust it.
Okay. You knew this, did you?
Or the wine, the thing that turned people into zombies could be the failed version of the wine.
That's true.
Mm.
It
I
wasn't
think we
wine
go
that
to
turned anyone into zombies because no one was turned into zombies.
Well, they were affected. They were 28 days later. And you
Do you
even
think,
have
we should actually resolve this discrepancy? Because we're all, I think all the audience is thinking of them as zombies, but Sargon keeps saying they're not.
No, they're not zombies. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to just stab them to make them die.
They're
What
28
definition of
days
zombies are we
later.
using here?
Is that a fair assessment?
I'm not telling you anything further, but they weren't zombies.
All right.
Were they?
I actually would like a hunting trap, though. Give me a hunting trap.
You probably have to go to the blacksmith for that.
What?
Is this like a small, effeminate boy in camo?
Doesn't
But
this
it's,
work like
it's a
the
general store in
Why
a
is it
fucking
not-
village in the woods. They must have hunting traps. Surely. Come on.
You think the
The
general store gets her supplies from the blacksmith?
The blacksmith makes them on request.
Oh, God.
Why didn't he tell me that when I was over there asking, what do you sell?
Arch, we're not going to
He
hunt
makes
the
them on
herbalist.
request.
Let's go to the witch. Can we please? Like,
Hold on. I would like to ask the shopkeeper here where she gets the wine.
she makes it.
She makes it.
Is she the one who makes it, or does somebody else make it?
She says, "I'm not going to tell you that."
Okay. No, she's going to tell us that because we're looking for mysterious potions.
Okay, Why would a shopkeeper not tell you who the source of their special popular wine is?
Let me put it this way, okay? We're with the feds right now, okay? She has to tell us.
No, she doesn't have to tell you
We're
who the
with
supplier of her wine is.
who are those that like? We're with the health inspection basically right now.
Fucking health inspection.
Well, it's a health inspection for the spirit, okay? Because if the soul gets tainted, that's far worse than if the body gets tainted. So,
I don't think this mud hut is
Guys.
going to pass the health inspection.
Guys, if you want to pursue the wine angle, I think I have a way in. If you actually want me to try this,
okay.
okay. I'm going to say,
Dev
listen.
Gambit, let's see if this pays off.
Let's see if my gambit pays off. I'm going to say, listen. I used to brew my own wine at Penderley Abbey, and I'm going to show her the aged bottle of wine that I have in my inventory, which we got from the Crips. I have a bottle of red wine.
Holy shit, that's a callback.
Okay.
I'm going to say, listen, I would like to meet whoever makes your wine because I would like a job making wine here in the village.
If the year is written on the wine, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, I was going to say she asked to see the bottle.
Okay.
Well, she can't read, so-
Somebody
Okay, I'll say this is representative of my work. This is not my bottle, but I've learned in this style. I've learned in this style from the Abbey. I can make wine like this. Would you like to try some?
Yeah. She wants the bottle.
I'll show her the bottle.
Give her
It's
a
a-
1 drop of sample.
I'll give her
Ancient
1 drop.
fucking desecrated bottle that is filled with fucking sludge, and you're going to
Well,
say
I
that's
assume he
representative
cleaned
of
it.
your work.
I
No.
assume he cleaned it.
She takes the cork out and then just like, oof, this has turned to vinegar.
Well, hold
Dev
on. a minute.
Gambit, fail to fail.
That's not my.
That
no,
was
no, no.
a horrible idea, Devo.
No, hold on. I had 2 bottles from the Crips. One was actually red wine, and one was just the sludge.
Yeah, and the actual red wine has turned into red vinegar.
Oh,
I look at Uzulu. I look at Arch and I say, "You're a noble. Can't you intimidate her to tell us shit?"
No, you fuckers were like, it's not the wine. It's not the wine. I was like, let's get the wine. I'm a
I'm
fucking
actually
listen,
kind of convinced it's the wine.
Why would the shopkeeper want to tell you anything about the best-selling product she has?
Gentlemen, can I just emphasize this point? We can come back here.
Okay, right.
We don't have to do everything now.
Sargon, but to answer your question, because number one, we're from out of town, and number two, we've flown around Inquisition papers.
like,
Yes.
we don't need a reason. We
Okay.
have the papers to make her.
Yes.
You don't have the authority to make her tell you about her business.
Really, the Inquisition well, okay, what is the remit of the Inquisition papers? Because they don't seem to be for much.
It's so people will talk to you and cooperate with you.
Okay.
But she's not talking if she's not cooperating.
She doesn't
She
have
actually
to tell
is.
you where the source of her business is.
Can I start smiting her and say, "Stop resisting" while I do it?
Can I carry V out?
I did leave with you, by the way. It's just that this bitch is infuriating me. Come on.
Nothing wrong. No, V, seriously, right? If you're running a small store in a village and you have a popular product that people travel to come and get, and then someone's like, "Hey, where are you getting all this?" You can be like, "Oh, I'll just tell you."
Let me put it this way. If the SJW decolonize your mind come into my little village in my little store, I want to cooperate, so they fuck off.
Yeah, but
Here's the thing. We went in hard. We forwent the option of subtlety. We went up, immediately told them we are Inquisition. The mayor knows everything we've done. If these people are guilty of this, we have already tipped our hand ages ago. We need to force it through. There isn't an option to leave and come back if these are the people we're looking for. We've already warned them we're here.
Might precipitate them to make a move, though.
Yes, to kill us.
You know what? Fine. I will buy a bottle of her wine. How much was it?
6 gold pieces.
6 gold pieces. Fine.
Ooh.
22 minus 6. 20 minus 4. 16. I pour a glass for her and then I slip it over. Could you please drink that?
You don't have a cup.
Can I ask her for a cup?
She says that'll be a silver piece.
Give her a silver piece.
Okay, you can
I think we have cups in the cart, V.
Okay, I want to do it now because this is annoying. I say I pour a little and then I slip it to her and I say cheers.
Okay, she takes it and drinks it.
I'm not okay. Wazulu, we can leave.
We already have.
It's not the wine.
Right. To the herbalist then. Does the mayor know where the herbalist
as you
is?
leave, the mayor says that honestly, it really is great wine. So me and my wife, we absolutely adore a bottle of it in the evening.
I
Does
look
the
at him
entire
and I
village
say,
drink the wine?
yeah, I look at him and I say, well, it did taste really weird. I wanted to see if everything was safe for the drink.
Salt
Okay,
is low.
I'm asking the mayor, how much of the village drinks the wine regularly?
Well, lots of people.
6 gold coins per bottle. How can they afford it?
They can't
Could
always.
share it around.
A lot of the time they can't, and they get annoyed. They wish they could.
I wish they could. Jesus, it's like 6 gold.
Yeah, it's expensive wine, but if you can get it, it's very, very good.
Does anyone know how she makes it?
I never asked.
All right. I still think herbalist. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the mayor gives you instructions on how to get there. So it's just about half an hour's walk down a path leading out of the village, just into the forest.
All right.
Which?
We're off to see the witch.
Right. Okay. As you, the mayor goes back to his place, and you go sort of this way. When I actually reveal the area.
I give the wine bottle to Arch. I ask if he notices anything unusual, considering he's a noble and he knows his wine.
We're going to a herbalist right now. If anything, we can ask her to test it. If we're not going to drink it, we can analyze it.
Okay. So, but as you start like wandering out of the village, you notice that there are about, I don't know, it must be about 9 or 10 young men just sort of clustering around watching you leave.
Asbos, loitering.
Kind of, they look
Well-
like, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, every society's got to have youths, I guess.
I'm
Um,
sure that's all there is.
Yeah. Well,
Do you want to talk to them?
no, V. I was literally about to say, barring V going over and trying another V's gambit for no reason, I think it's time to just leave them alone. All right. We'll address this later, possibly.
Okay.
See what happens.
Okay, yeah. You head off. You travel for about 15 minutes, and then you need to make a perception check.
Cool.
Perception check. 1 sec.
Combat.
No.
Oh, shit.
See whether you can see something.
Top corner.
Maybe they're following us. Maybe they want my wine.
Maybe they want my wine.
They're not gonna get your wine.
I think that's vinegar, actually.
Yeah, they've got plated chips.
The picture's starting to come together. They're just chavs.
Oh my god, Devo's character is aware that he's just an avatar that's controlled by an all-powerful being.
Pretty good perception.
Yeah. You after about 15 minutes walking, you notice that like quite far back in the trail, but you're sure that there is someone following you.
Let's hide in a bush and wait for them to come closer.
I mean, we could hide, or we could just wait and see what happens. Like, I guess.
I mean, let me try a sneak check. I will basically just try to dart in a bush while the party is moving for.
All right, that works.
Well, hold on. Are we still on our cart with our horses? Are we? Yeah, we're actually rolling
I
out.
assume
Right?
you're on a cart with a horse, right?
Yeah.
The rest of us are, but V is starting into a bush.
Okay, that's 11. Right. So the rest of you continuing or what?
Yeah, we'll continue as normal.
And just leave V with an 11 stealth check in a bush.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
here.
We found a
I
good
will
excuse
try.
to ditch V.
No, I will try to stealth so that V doesn't die back there because that's a poor stealth check.
Yeah. To be fair, I have +4 on stealth.
Jesus, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about we just stop the fucking cart at this point?
V and I both fall out of the cart.
So maybe Oozlu should try a stealth check.
We
I'm
both
thinking at
have
this
the
point,
same
usually
stealth.
tries
It's
to,
just
like-
it was bad roll. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I run back up the path and just see if anyone scuttles off. Because these stealth checks are not going to help us.
No, just go. It's 2 people, right? So if there's trouble, you can come back.
Devo rushed in to help and actually made you more visible.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so what exactly is the party doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, fine. We're going back into the car.
It might actually be best for us to just like charge back and see if we find anyone.
Yeah.
Which one of us is the fastest moving?
I think that's way.
Yeah,
Who, sorry?
Dev.
I am.
Okay. The biggest as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I
In that
have a
case,
speed of 40. Everyone else has I think 30.
all right.
Yeah,
In that
right,
case,
right.
you can be our scout. We want you to run back up the path and see if you see anyone following us. You've got 25 perception, so you'll be aware of the vibration of the quarks in their skin cells. So that should help.
All right, that's what I'll do. I'll run behind.
But don't engage. If you find anyone, come back here.
You're running back to the village, are you? Like towards the
He's just running back up the path where he heard there might be someone following us.
Okay, make a perception check, Dev.
Another one?
Roll low now.
All right, that's
Ooh
Ooh,
la la.
Very
Jesus.
good. Dev. Right, yeah, you start sort of pounding off down the path, and you don't get too far before you notice in the distance, like the sort of shaking and scuffling of bushes as whoever was following you on the path runs into the tree line.
Can I tell how many people?
No,
How far away?
at the edge of your sight, like the as far a distance as you can see.
Well, I guess I'm running after Devo as well at this point.
Well,
Why
no,
would
we're
you
not
be
going to.
doing that, V? You have no idea what's going on. You're not running after Dev.
Well,
And
I
whoever
see
is
Devo
looks like-
darting off.
No,
So
I'm afraid I'm not like the campaign is not in the favor of the players. The
Okay.
players just exist in the world. I'm sorry.
well, no, but the way I'm seeing it is like Devo darted off, so I just decided to run on back after
You
him. then.
didn't, and now you're acting on information your character doesn't have.
Okay.
This is a plan that we discussed in the cart. We just didn't say
Yeah,
that we did.
that I would
because it was
scout.
obvious. Yeah.
So I've obviously seen people duck into the bushes. So
Yes.
I will run back to the cart and inform everybody and jump back on.
Yeah. All right. So we know we're being followed now.
Yep.
Or we know that there was a very scared woodland fauna at a particularly convenient moment.
Could have been.
Okay, V, here's what you do. You sit in the back of the cart with your crossbow, aim behind us.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Okay.
If they're following us, what do you reckon the chances are they know we're going to the herbalist already?
We've
Probably not.
already told everyone in the fucking village we're going to the
We
herbalist.
told the mayor.
Well, who else would be living out here?
That part's true, actually. All right, so we can assume that they know we're going to the herbalist. I guess there's not much we can do. They're just gonna. I think they're probably just seeing what we do. They're not actually trying to like fuck with us for now.
Yeah.
Or they would have done it earlier. Maybe. But yeah, okay. Let's just keep going down the path and keep a lookout behind us.
Okay, so we discovered people following us down a path they know we're taking, and we're going to ignore them.
If they'd set a trap, they wouldn't need to
This is
follow us.
Well, yes, they would. This is textbook ambush.
Then they would. I guess maybe they wouldn't go ahead. They're a long way behind us, though.
How do we know that? They probably know these paths a hell of a lot better than we do.
Yeah, well, there's still no straighter path than a straight path.
There is a straighter path in this case. Violence.
A bit metaphorical, but okay. Well, Arch, it's interesting that you chimed in with this criticism after we decided what to do.
Well,
Have we decided what to do?
Here's our choices, okay? We
I
can
guess not.
keep going and fall into whatever trap that's ahead. We can stay here, wait for them to catch up, or we can turn around and confront them. That's pretty much the only choices we have.
Turning around is not going to allow us to confront them. They won't fight. We've kind of seen that already. Even one of us wasn't a juicy enough target. If we go forward, we might hit a trap and an ambush. And the only other option is to wait where we are, which is probably
We
going to
could
result in
just
nothing happening.
charge them. We have a horse. They don't.
We have
We'll
4
go into
horses.
the woods.
Mm.
So, is there any more circuitous path ahead, or is it just basically a straight path with dense woodland on either side?
Well, it's not straight. It winds, but it's not like, it's just a regular sort of forest path.
All right. Well, we don't seem to have much of a choice. Arch, do you have a different suggestion?
Yes. I get on my horse. I ride back to the bushes.
You can go for it if you want, though I don't know how good your horse is going to be at getting through the foliage.
It doesn't need to.
Okay, is anyone going with him?
I am.
You're going with him.
Yes.
We'll proceed more slowly on the cart and keep an eye out.
Yep, I'll stay with you, Uzula.
Oh, this is a great
Aw.
idea.
Perception?
If you would like to, I mean, you start riding back down the path. Hang on a sec. You only go for like 5 minutes before you, like, in the distance, notice rustling of bushes, and you can hear voices, like they're trying to sort of shout in a low whisper, sort of like, shut up, sort of.
Yeah, I'll start riding towards the bushes while shouting, "Come out, we know you're there."
Okay, you don't get a response.
I use my booming voice. In the name of God, come up.
Okay.
Don't.
I did.
Relying on the respect for God of youths.
Yeah, no one comes out of the bushes.
Your
Okay.
voice booms. I
No,
caused earthquake as well. I can use 2 of them.
Okay. Either way, you don't get a response.
Well, they probably shit their pants by now, so
If you
Shoot
want
the
to just
bush.
okay, so are you fairly close to them? Are you within striding distance of them? Because if so, you could shout to us and we could come over.
Well, I am shouting. I'm assuming you'll know where I am.
yeah, I'm shouting as well. Guys, come over here.
Yeah, I'll dishorse and walk towards the bush. I'll shout again.
Okay. Well, I mean,
can't
you're
know my
significantly you're a significant distance from the bush. As soon as you start dehorsing, you hear rustles, and then you can hear footsteps running off in all directions into the woods.
But can't we see anything? Like, what exactly is this?
You can't. Well, I mean, you haven't made a perception check. Oh no, you have, but you can't see anything. But you don't even notice which bushes are rustling, but Arch does.
Well, they've scattered, they're unlikely to come back.
Yes. At the very least, we've scattered them. That's a step forward.
I look
We're
towards
less likely
Arch.
to get attacked from both in front and behind now.
I look towards Arch and I ask, my lord, do you want me to smite the bush?
Yes. I wanted you to shoot into the bush before you started shouting at it. Maybe, if we were lucky, we'd either scare the shit out of them
I
or
burn
we'd
the bush.
wound one of them.
I think this is
That's
the
great. But you
top
use
tier.
all your spells before the trap is sprung. Good plan.
I
I think
burn
this is
the
the
bush.
top tier V gambit. Burn down the forest.
Yes, fuck it. There's something in the bush.
The forest is very green and healthy. It's not going to burn down.
No, I cast burning hands. This is something in the bush.
Okay, you set a bush on fire.
Okay. I think I set more than a bush on fire, but all right.
No, burning hands isn't a very big.
15-foot cone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a section of bush that's on fire.
I hope more catches it. I spit at it in disgust and I go back to.
All I wanted you to do is to fire a crossbow bolt in there on the off chance we hit something.
Well, there was something in the bush. Now there's not. I think we can go back.
Are you going back?
Alright.
I hope this starts a forest fire. By the way, I hate this place and I hate these people.
It starts burning out as you leave.
By the time you get back to us and you regale us with your story, I speculate that they're probably just village youths who are curious about us and there's probably no danger ahead. But we should still be careful anyway.
If they come back, they will have the same faith like the bush.
Okay. Are you continuing on, Uzulu?
Yes, but slowly and with the awareness that there might be something going on. I don't know if that would change anything in reality.
You carry on.
Mm-hmm.
After about another 10 minutes, make another awareness check.
Three.
Ugh.
16.
Okay, Dev, once again, you can hear that there are people off in the bushes around the path and in the tree line.
Are these people mentally challenged? They see me causing an earthquake, burning a bush with my hands, by the way, with jets of flame bursting from it, and they're still following us?
No, V, right. Okay, so at a certain age, children understand that they know things other people don't.
Okay.
You are talking about what you saw, not what they saw.
Hmm.
You don't know what they saw, but you did hear footsteps running away into the forest before you approached.
Well,
So now, with that information, what did they see?
they certainly felt an earthquake, and they certainly heard the booming voice towards them.
Right, but that's it.
Hmm.
If this ends up being like there's some ancient and vicious tribe of cannibals in this forest, and this is how the guilty villagers send investigators off to get killed.
I'll try the stealth trick approach again. I'll try to suddenly dart in a bush.
Well, hold on, V.
I have a stealth of 4. It was 4. It was just a bad roll last time.
Where did the sounds come from this time?
To your, I guess, north and south.
Okay. How close are they this time?
Not particularly close. It's hard to estimate the distance, though.
Not within running distance for me. If I were to jump out and dash.
It's hard to estimate.
Hmm.
Let's see if my plan works. I'll risk it with a stealth of 10.
Okay.
Fuck it. Just go on and I'll stay behind.
I mean, you know,
Are you
that works.
Uzulu, as the party leader for this adventure, are you okay with that monumental decision?
Well,
I'm okay with delegating responsibility, Sargon.
Okay.
If he wants to, I mean, he can come back in the car if he doesn't feel confident about his.
fine, I come back in the car, but how would I know that I rolled a stealth of 10 in character?
Because
Maybe
you sit
you
in the
stood
bush
on-
and there's someone in the car, it's like, I can see you.
Jesus Christ, what's with my rolls today? This is like, I have a bonus of 4 on stealth. It's
I haven't been
even-
doing much better either.
It's even better than my perception. It's even better than my charisma. Like it makes no sense that I would roll so bad.
It's not better than your charisma, and that's fine.
Do you want me to try this gambit? Because I have a pretty good stealth too. I can jump out.
Yeah.
And
Trying to kill V who may try to have sex with them. Well, it's entirely possible, Ben.
Okay. Nope.
No,
I trip and fall out of the cart.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go to the herbalist. I don't care if they want to ambush us. Just fucking.
I mean, yeah. To be honest, that's not the worst thing that could happen at this point.
Can I set fire to the forest? Apparently not. I can just set fire to a bush.
How many burning hands do you have memorized?
I think you can use like level 1 spells. The number of times you have level 1. So basically, I could.
No, you have the number of level 1 spells that you have memorized. So if you have 1 burning hand spell memorized, you use it
Someone said
once.
in a comment section that is different, but fine. We'll just
Is it?
use whatever you say. So I had it once memorized.
All right, well, we'll worry about that later. But
We're just going to continue down the
you're going
path.
to continue, right? Okay.
Yes, carefully, but
Eventually, after enough traveling, come to a hut. And next to it is a garden with flowers, and you see an old woman in a vineyard. She's just plucking away and tending to the vines.
A vineyard, you say?
Vineyard, I say.
See, now I can cast spells and no one can see.
Okay. As you arrive, she notices you and stops what she's doing, puts down her tools, and starts waddling over to you because she's a little old lady.
I look at Ursula.
Good day, old crone.
That's quite the artwork there.
Yeah, I asked a ritualist for a little old lady, and he said she was green initially. I was like, she doesn't need to be green. But anyway,
look like that reminds me of someone.
Anyway,
Does he have the water
she
on it?
just says, "Hello, young man. What can I do for you?"
We are
Why
here
don't you
on-
talk like this? It would be more.
Right,
Well,
listen.
yeah, okay. But yeah, go on, what do you want?
My overzealous use of the Inquisitor papers earlier is a potential mistake that we don't have to repeat here. So we could say, just simply, we've been hired to investigate rumors of suspicious behavior relating to potions. Does that sound all right? You guys?
Sure.
Yes.
That's what we're saying. And we thought you might be able to help us as your herbalist.
Yeah, she gives you a sort of uneven blink as she stares at you, and it's just like, well, I don't know what you mean. I mean, sometimes I make brews and potions that help people. I make them out of the herbs I find in the forest.
Do you make healing potions?
Well, some of them, well, they're all good for your constitution, or to, get rid of a particular ailment, or to improve, to help your joints, or something like that.
Anything for love?
She says, "Yes, I can make a love potion for you."
Witch! Nothing. I would do one for myself, but definitely witch.
I mean, we don't have that much more information to go on, do we? They didn't give us very much. Any bright ideas?
I can cast Zone of Truth on her.
Thanks, Austin, by the way. But yeah, sorry, Karen.
I can
I
cast
don't
Zone
think
of
Zone
Truth
of
on
Truth
her.
is that useful because we don't know exactly the right question to ask.
And Zone
I
of
have-
Truth, it has a saving throw. I mean, she
Yeah,
might-
but I will tell her not to save unless she wants me to beat the living shit out of her.
Jesus Christ, me. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to ask her, can I see where she brews the potions? Can I take a look in the cauldron?
How is
To
that
be
gonna
fair,
help?
this is the Inquisition's fault for not telling us exactly whatever the fuck they want us to do. It's like, well, there's healing potions that are heretical.
They want you to investigate because they've heard rumors. That's all they know.
So if it turns out that they are just rumors, then it turns out they're just rumors.
Yeah,
Right?
but I don't think
They're
they're
not, because this is an actual story.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, the other lead that we've got is the wine. So we could ask her to identify it first, just to see if she recognizes it immediately. I mean, she might recognize it by the bottle. We'll
Show
ask
the
her-
wine towards her.
You recognize this?
You're showing her the wine, yeah?
I'm
Yes.
showing her the wine.
Yeah, she says, yeah, that's my wine.
Ah,
And I ask,
That was easy.
what do you use to make the wine?
same problem as last time, Vic.
Well, no, because
She-
she's not the shopkeeper.
She just taps her hook nose and says, well, that's my secret, isn't it?
Is it 5 gold coins worth of secret?
What, are you trying to bribe her?
Yes, I'm trying to bribe her.
She says, absolutely. I'm not going to tell you what I'm putting in my special wine.
Not even for 10 gold coins.
No.
50.
It's 6 gold coins.
It's
a
6
bottle.
gold each. You're gonna have to give her a lot more than that.
Well, yeah, but the storekeeper makes that, not her. So
Yeah, but there's a markup. It's not like it's cheap wine.
And you can ask her how much she sells it to the shopkeeper for, if you like.
no.
Okay. All right. Well, we can't very well just ask her if there's any fiendish, devilish ingredients in there, because she'll probably say no.
Well, unless I cast
Even
Zone of
so.
Truth, and then
I mean, I guess, but we'll have to convince her not to save or get lucky.
oh, but listen, bitch, we're with the Inquisition. We're
I mean-
investigating, blah 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 blah.
If it turns out she actually is a witch, then saying Inquisition might change the pace a bit. She might either get scared or get.
She's
angry
not
or
going to run away, and we will tell her that she is for her interest not to resist the spell, because I will know if she does.
True. Anyone else have an objection to this plan?
Does she create the wine here?
How
She
should
says,
tell us?
yes, she brews it herself.
Okay.
Well, she's lying.
Is she?
Yes.
Could it be that I
Unless
just don't know
there's,
something about winemaking?
Ah, God damn it, Sargon! Look up this shit on beforehand.
Well, okay, what's your objection?
Oh, producing wine is actually a really laborious process. I mean, she would require help from the local villagers in all the likelihood of vats, fermenting areas, etc.
Oh, no, I'm okay. Yeah, she collects the ingredients and she instructs on how it's made, but she doesn't do that.
Who
Okay.
does she instruct?
Just villagers.
All right. I suppose they're sworn to secrecy.
Well, yeah, they get paid, so they're not just going to blab about their job.
Unless we get them drunk on the wine.
Shall I perform my miracles?
All right. Okay. Let's go for the Oozlu and the joint gambit then. Old Crone, we are with the Inquisition. I show her the papers.
Okay,
And-
she's very surprised. Oh my goodness! You know, she crosses herself. She says, "What's wrong?"
Well, as we mentioned, we're here to investigate reports of unusual behavior. It turns out that there may be some heretical behavior involving what is rumored to be health potions, but we suspect there might be involvement with something that you're doing. We would like to use a harmless, holy technique to determine whether or not you're telling us the truth. Would you allow us to do this?
I think you'll have to make a persuasion roll on that.
I guess so. One moment. I think I have a decent charisma for that. Oh, I don't actually.
I will then.
Well, I
Who's
said it.
the one doing it, so yeah.
All right. Well, I got 2 on it, so 2 bonus. Ah, shit.
She says, you don't need to do anything like that. I'm happy to tell you anything that you want to know."
I will say, I'm sorry, but it's standard inquisitorial practices. You understand.
Ooh, that's better.
She looks quite cross about it, really. You're calling her a liar.
No,
So-
it's my job. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
from
regardless
her
of how you feel
perspective,
about it.
calling her a liar.
Mhm.
So but she agrees, but she doesn't like it, and she says that she doesn't want, she's not into witchcraft or anything like that.
Yeah, I say it's a harmless prayer. Please don't resist.
We won't ask you anything pressing.
All right, what's the difficulty of it, V?
Well, she can choose not to.
Yeah, and I'm asking you the difficulty. So
Okay. If you want me to see beating the living shit out of an old lady, that's fine. So it's 8 plus 2 for that, and plus the modifier for wisdom 2. So 8 plus 4, that's 12.
You might want to tell her that you'll know if she's being evasive.
Yeah, I
And,
already said. It's like,
Mhm.
servants of
the spell
Inquisition
doesn't appear to
that.
work on her.
I look at Zulu and I say she is resisting.
Is she resisting, or did you just fizz?
No, it means she resisted on purpose.
This is
Alright.
new D&D. There's actually no way to miscast in this one, so
Okay.
yes.
Is there a sly smile upon her face?
No, she looks concerned.
I look at her angry. Why did you resist?
She just says, "My lord, I don't know anything about magic. I don't know what's happening."
This is getting more and more suspicious.
Hmm.
Have you been visited by anyone lately? Say around 2 years ago, for example? Or whenever you
No,
started
hold on. I'm
brewing this?
casting another spell on her. I'm casting command. Tell us how in the name of the Lord, tell us how the wine is made.
Okay, is that the same difficulty?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't work.
She's like a fucking master magician.
But he's just got a difficulty of 12. It's
14.
really not very hard to
It's
beat.
14. It's not 12.
No, it was 8 plus
Oh, 8 plus 4. Okay.
You're actually just a terrible spellcaster because you put all your bloody stuff in charisma, and instead of trying to persuade her, you're trying to bully her with spells. I don't know
Yeah,
what
but the thing is, it's like she's resisting on purpose, so
Yeah,
it
she is.
means she has something to hide.
Or maybe she doesn't like people trying to cast spells on her and forcing her to do
Well,
things
tough
against their
shit. She's going to get her ass whooped.
Well, to be fair, she was persuaded.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do an intimidation roll. I'm going to look towards Uzulu and I say, I think the Inquisitor will want to talk to her. Maybe we should take her with us.
will. Okay. If you want to do your intimidation roll.
Yeah. Hold on.
Holy shit. You've successfully scared an old woman. Well done, mate.
Yeah, she shrieks and shrinks back from you and say, Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Why are you afraid of the church?
Right, what's
If
your
you've
armor
done
class?
nothing,
V?
you'll have nothing to hide.
V, what's your armor class?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. It's
Did V forget his helmet again?
it's 15.
Okay, a stone lands near you that had clearly been thrown from behind you, V.
Can I catch it as it does?
No.
I think the youths are defending their granny.
Well, you
I
can
put my crossbow at her head and I shout, "Whoever threw that, come out now!"
you just hear. I mean, like if you turn around, you'll see about a dozen young men who are just angry, and one of them's thrown a rock at you because you're yelling at an old woman in their village.
My crossbow is pointed at her, and I look towards them
It
angrily.
probably isn't helping, V.
Disperse.
I haven't put them on the map yet, but I will do if necessary. But
I have a feeling it's going to be necessary. Yeah.
Okay. So fine. I
Jesus,
won't put
unfortunately.
the crossbow at her. No, but I do tell her that why is she afraid of the church if she has nothing to hide?
because the church is pointing a crossbow at me and using dark magic on me to try and force me to do things against my will.
Then why did you not just tell us?
I am just telling you.
You do not want to tell us how the wine is made, which is why
because
we're
that's
here.
my livelihood that you might ruin.
Whatever secrets you have, it will be maintained secret with the church.
I don't recall you swearing an oath.
I will swear enough. I will take the secret to me to the grave.
Might want to lower the crossbow first.
I lowered the crossbow.
Sorry, this is just hilarious. She looks like she's on the verge of tears, and she just mumbles something about mushrooms in the forest.
What mushrooms? What forest?
What forest?
There's many mushrooms in the
I've
forest.
never heard of any forest.
There's many mushrooms in the forest. Which how do they look like?
Okay, she gives you the name of a mushroom you've never heard of.
Do you
Well,
have
she's
one?
going to have to bring us an example.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have one that we can see? And tell the faggots behind me to disperse.
She says, "No, I need to go and collect more."
Okay.
Well, it's a lucky day. You're going to have an escort.
Well,
Have
we'd be
helpers.
glad to help you with your expedition. I'm going to try to calm the situation on both sides here. I'm going to try to tell the people.
No. Please don't. Please don't. You do not
just-
show weakness in the front of an angry fucking mob. Think of them like a rabid
Right,
dog.
But if you keep showing intimidation of an old woman, they're going to show strength.
Well, if the woman keeps showing contempt, I'm going to show her intimidation.
I don't think she's showing contempt.
Have you seen rioters, Uzulu? Have you ever seen the police going, okay, let's just take a step back and relax the situation?
No, I was
10
gonna go over
peasants.
and
Uzulu,
tell them,
there's
like,
10 peasants that threw a
business.
stone at us. We can easily dispatch them.
Yes, we can kill them all, V. I'd prefer to avoid that, though.
Well, it's up to them, isn't it?
Well, initially,
They throw
Unless
another
you decide
rock
to put
at
a
me, all
crossbow
hands
down as
are
well.
up.
Benjamin, the people are paranoid of magic in the church. That's why they're just doing as little as they can. But sorry, carry on, guys.
so if we were to offer to help her pick more mushrooms than she's able to pick herself, in return to simply take a sample, what would she say?
just says, I'm not going today, and I don't want your help. I want you to leave.
Then show us
too
a mushroom
bad.
and we will gladly leave.
I'll ask for a description, and then we'll leave.
What?
Yeah, she gives you a description of a mushroom.
But if
Would
we
we
none
be
of us
able-
know what the mushroom is, none of us are
Is it-
botanists.
Is the mushroom description distinct enough that we might be able to find it if we went looking?
No. The problem with mushrooms is that a lot of them look kind of the same. It's
Then
got
how
a
does
white
she know the
stalk with a
difference?
red cap and white spots on it, but that describes a lot of mushrooms
It does, but how does she know the difference?
because she's an
Red
expert.
cap and white spots on it.
I mean, usually if it's red, that's a bad sign.
I wonder if she
Yeah, that
She is-
sounds like a venomous mushroom, but this is a fantasy world, so it could be anything.
All right, well, we've managed to intimidate, psychologically torture, and almost fire
and yet
a
she's
crossbow
still
through the
not
head
cooperative.
all
This
the way
is what
to
shocks me.
this
If,
part of the quest. So we've actually made some progress today.
Yeah, but no, let's not back off now. We've gone for the heavy-handed treatment. Let's just fucking push it through at this point.
Listen, there is some pressure not to abuse this woman. I don't see any reason to. I think we go and try to find some mushrooms in the forest.
Okay.
We've
According to the-
already abused
You guys are
her.
aware.
We've already done everything you're saying we should try to avoid.
Just so you guys are aware, you aren't unaccountable. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm trying
haven't
to
killed
reduce
anyone
the
yet.
amount of damage we have to do here. If we kill all these villagers, the Inquisition is not going to be happy.
To be fair, if we kill them, make sure that none of them escape to tell the tale.
I don't think we can chase them all down.
We must avoid combat right now.
Right.
So
okay.
let's just go and
Let me deal with the
forage.
peasants. Can you let me do that?
Yeah.
I think I can.
Yeah, let's have the lord that hates the peasants go and interface with them, shall we?
Well, I trust Arch.
Because you can't do softness against these.
Okay, Arch, go on.
Give it a go.
I'll go over to the group of peasants. I'll be very strict with them. Like, okay, you there, calm down now. We are an official business. We think that this old woman might, unknowingly, mind you, have put something harmful in the wine. If you do not interfere, nothing bad will happen to her or you. But be very aware you are pushing official inquisitorial mandate here.
These are big words they do not understand, Arch, but you can make an intimidation roll if you like.
Okay, if they don't understand what a sword is, I guess they're a problem.
That's why I want you to do the intimidation roll.
I suspect that my career with the Inquisition is about to be dependent on this role.
Well, too bad for you.
Yeah. It's Wendy all over
Hang on
again.
a second, I'll let you know how they respond. The one that you're talking to has a rock in his hand, and you can see him gripping it very tightly, but he does back down somewhat after like a couple of seconds of you glaring at him, and he says, "Well, why don't you just fuck off, my lord?"
Okay. It's very simple. We are here on official business. We fear there might be something in the wine you've all been so enjoying that might make you sick.
He replies saying, "Well, we all drink the wine when we can. It's not making us sick."
Not yet, it isn't. And best part yet, if the old woman would simply show us the mushrooms to which she refers, we can fuck off, because then
You
we'll
realize
know
you've-
there's nothing wrong with it.
You've just revealed her secret that she swore to that V swore to never reveal
well,
to
no, it's
anyone.
the mushroom,
No,
but
she has a mushroom in the drink.
Well, that's a bit more than she was willing to reveal to anyone else.
If these people, Sargon said they were working for her in the village. This is an open secret at best in the
Not
village.
necessarily, but it doesn't really matter that much.
Mhm.
The peasants say we don't give a fuck. You should just leave her alone.
Well, that's
I think we probably are going to leave her alone now anyway.
They don't look like they're a physical threat to you, to be honest.
No, but
They're just stringing.
I walk up towards them with the bottle.
No, wait.
of expensive wine
Okay.
in hand.
No, Uzlu's the leader here. I'll let him make the decision. But at this point, we've already pushed this really, really far. If we push it this far and we still don't get anything, we've just done a lot of bad shit for no results.
I think we've actually got quite a lot. If our suspicion that the wine could be the problem is true, which I think it is, then we've discovered what is most likely the secret ingredient, the important ingredient. We know where roughly to find a big area, but we know in that area where roughly to find it. And all we got to do is find it and maybe bring some samples to the Inquisition. We're almost at the end of our quest.
We don't.
But if we do
can't
combat now, we
identify the
lose.
mushroom.
I'll try one more persuasion.
Well, then
Wait,
hold
wait,
on.
wait,
We'll
V.
get a bunch of mushrooms that look similar to the description. We can forage for a few hours and then bring them back to her and tell her to identify which ones are correct. We'll bring a few of them back.
Hold on. I'll try one more persuasion.
Hold on, V. Just chillax for a second.
You don't even know what I want to do.
Yes, I don't know what you want to do because we're having a discussion right now, and you can tell us later afterwards.
Okay.
So, what do you? She's not cooperative now. If we run away after being physically intimidated by these people, what do you think the odds are she's going to be a cooperative next time?
Well, we're leaving everyone in a court, so how do we make that look like it's not weakness?
Yeah, if we're leaving at this point, it will be seen as weakness because we will back down. I don't think there's any way we can avoid that now.
There's a really good persuasion I have in mind, and there's no way it can backfire either than her saying no.
She's going to say no, isn't she?
Well, it depends on the role, I guess.
Well, go on, Envy. What's the plan?
Okay. Well, I look up to her and I say, look, I'm sorry, old lady. This obviously got out of hand, and I understand we're on the wrong foot here. But listen, we've been sent on an important mission by our superiors. We need to give them something. So they back off from our backs and they will leave you alone. Otherwise, there might be more questions raised and it will be difficult for us. And you're going to have to answer to other people as well that might be more persuasive than us. So just give us the mushroom or help us get it. And we promise we will be out of your hair.
She looks like she's about to cry, and she just wails at you. It's not the right season.
When does the season come?
The summer. It's currently spring.
Spring, okay. And you don't happen to have any mushroom available?
She says no, and again, she looks like she's on the verge of tears.
All right, fine.
Why didn't you tell us this fucking 5
What
minutes
is
ago?
wrong with you, woman?
Like,
Okay,
how
I
is there
have-
going to be wine if there's no mushrooms?
Because as Benjamin pointed out in the super chat, they're fearful and distrustful of the Inquisition, and they don't want to cooperate with you as much as possible.
Yeah, but we've already pushed the Inquisition. We have to push our power now. Like
Yeah.
we don't have the option of subtlety.
Sorry,
say,
what
all
reflection?
right.
I've just learned it's autumn for mushrooms, not summer. Sorry.
I will say
this episode.
I understand. So the thing is, the Inquisition does believe there are heretical brews that are being dispatched in this village. If you're saying you are not responsible, and we believe you, is there anyone else that might be, selling heretical breweries besides you? Anyone else that knows alchemy besides you, basically?
Okay, hang on.
I have a related art.
Mhm.
Check this out.
That's a good question, though. V, in the forest. Which forest? Well, come see the one I live in. So, Sorry, what was your question or statement again, V? You want to know who? All right.
Yeah, it's basically like we need to give something to the Inquisition, and we believe that you're innocent. Is there anyone else that brews potions? Anyone else that gathers herbs besides you?
She looks. He kind of blinks a bit. Well, I mean, a lot of people probably gather herbs for their dinners and things like this. You know, like.
Yeah, but someone who builds who makes potions and sells them to the public, like healing potions, especially.
She's not aware of anyone who makes healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
We're just simple peasants, just trying to get along and enjoy our lives.
Well, I guess this is a dead end, Rizla.
Yeah, probably. Well, we can't wait here until the autumn or the summer, whichever one. So
Let's go back to the
might
Inquisition
actually be a
and
dead
give them
end.
the bottle of wine.
Where
that we
does
got.
she produce this stuff?
What, the wine itself?
Yes.
It's produced in the village. But,
Okay.
Not in the village, but like slightly out of the village.
Right. When was the last batch made?
About 3 months ago.
All right. We'll have to be.
Bottle is from the last batch.
We'll have to be taken there, and we'll see over their equipment, take any samples we have, so we can bring something back to the Inquisitor, and also make it very clear to the old lady that this is not enough. This is dangerous, and she should maybe think about things before making things too good in the future.
How she just looks at, how's my wine dangerous? It's delicious. It's good for you.
I think
Why do you say
that-
that? Why do you say it's good for you?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
It's good for you, yeah.
Well, the mushrooms aren't just for flavor. They help you with all your aches and pains, and they help you free your mind.
Psychedelic mushrooms, yes.
Lads,
Okay,
I'm
so
climbing over
basically-
the fourth wall, just like Wendy attempted to climb out of that wall in the outpost here. We've hit magic mushrooms.
Yeah. Would I be able to make a medicine roll to understand why people are addicted to this shit?
Well, the
To realize
psychedelic
that-
mushrooms. It's-
Yeah, to realize that basically the mushrooms cause a severe addiction in people, so this is why they buy the wine. Would I be able to use a medicine roll to figure that out?
I think we have to look at the wine to do that. And I have a pretty good medicine roll, actually.
I guess you can try.
All right,
Don't
let's give it
worry.
a go.
I'm sure I know which fucking mushroom it is here.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh. Dev, your rolls today.
Yeah, okay, Dev, what was it you were looking for exactly?
Just to see if I know what makes the wine special.
Yeah,
medicinally.
to find out if we can, if our characters can figure out that it's a drug that causes addiction that's placed in the wine.
It probably is something that's not usually put into wine that's causing the people to enjoy it so much, and this would seem to be the best lead that you have on that.
Okay, mystery solved. Let's go home.
Acolyte, what does the Holy Scripture say about psychedelics? Obviously, I'd use an appropriate word.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
would
Yeah.
say that is the same what the scripture says about tobacco and drugs in general, that it hurts the body and thus it hurts the soul.
That's not true at all. Nothing is mentioned in the scriptures about psychedelics or drugs.
the Holy Bible. Like if you ask a priest what he thinks about smoking,
Yeah, but the priest doesn't get that from the Bible.
okay,
That is true, but I suppose we'd need to know what the culture says about it.
well, the Bible is usually against drinking. And
Yeah,
if you have
drink-
something, if you have something
they're
in
not
the drink,
against the idea of drinking. Being a slovenly drunkard, yes.
and if you have something in the wine that makes people unable to quit and makes it even more addictive than alcohol already is, it would definitely be something really bad. Probably not heretical, but
You're living in a time before prohibitions.
I think at this point we've sort of reached the point where we can start to make some summaries. I think the dilemma here is: do we report this to the Inquisition when it's probably pretty much harmless?
yeah,
Or-
we tell them what we found.
Obviously,
Well,
we
yeah.
report it. Not only is it not harmless, it renders even a holy man of God drunk, addicted, and completely and utterly unable to fulfill his duties. This
What you're saying is we're
harm
going to
should
take-
be hunted down and eradicated.
So what you're saying, Arch, is that we're going to take additional steps of rhetoric to make the situation look worse than it is.
Yes, because we've already made the situation look really bad, and the only way we can justify acting like complete brutes at this point is if there's something bad here for us to attack.
That is actually a good argument.
I'm a 40k dude. I know how Inquisitions work.
We smile at the old lady. We apologize for the disturbance, and we thank her for her help.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to profusely apologize to this old woman.
Devs, I'm just so sorry about my friend.
So sorry, but you're going to get the pyre soon. But
I seem to be the actual moral fag of the group, and I'm just standing back there at this whole thing, just like, I can't fucking believe this shit.
our noble is going to make sure to get the pyre. But
I'll, as I'm leaving, I'll at the very least, for her trouble, give the old woman a very thankful gesture, and then continue. And we'll.
Oh wait,
Go on.
there's one. I'm going to turn back and say, listen.
Just one more thing, Columbo. Go on.
Yeah. I completely understand if you're going to say no to this after this shit show, old lady.
Last I've gambit of the episode. Let's see how it goes.
But would you mind selling me a love potion?
She's a bit taken aback by it, but she says, "Well, I'll have to prepare it, but I can probably do it for tomorrow."
I'll be back.
I don't think we'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, that'll be 4 gold pieces.
Jesus.
I'll be back
Why
tomorrow
is she
with
living
more
alone
gold
in the forest when she's making so much cash?
Maybe she likes not being bothered.
Good God, what's the point of making money then?
She doesn't go hungry.
No, she is making like, okay, you said that a peasant makes like a few copper or something like that. She's making 6 gold pieces per bottle of wine that she's selling with magic mushrooms.
Well,
And
she's personally not, but yeah, she's making money with it. Yeah.
yeah, and yet she's alone in the forest instead of a mansion with servants. She should buy a noble title.
Maybe she will. She's not a woman, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's not like she's like especially ostentatious. But
She does have far
but
too
are you paying her 4 gold pieces, Dev?
I'd like to pay tomorrow when I actually see the product.
She says she wants payment in advance.
Can I
She
give
might
you?
not come back.
Can I give you half?
She said, "Yeah, okay, half now, half on."
Right, sounds good. I'll give you two gold. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, come back around 7 o'clock in the evening.
And
Great. Now we have to wait a day around people who hate us. We'll camp in the forest, I guess. Somewhere deep.
Yeah, we do have tents.
we have tents in the cart. Yeah, we should be
No.
okay.
I'm a noble. I don't have shame.
No, but you want to not get killed in the night.
That's
I
what
mean,
the
no,
plank is
wait,
for.
Dev. Don't judge conclusions, man.
I'll go get my nailed plank, if nothing else.
Are you heading back to the village?
No one's questioning what you're using that for, but I would like to know at some point.
Oh, it's a trap, obviously.
Are you heading back to the village?
Yes.
Speaking of traps, while we spent a week on the road, just by the by, I crushed the bottles Devo gave me. Probably dumped the content somewhere on the road. And I put the crushed glass in one of the small pouches I have. I'm carrying that at my hip.
I assume you don't mean the bottle of evidence. You mean the bottle of vinegar.
The bottle Devo gave me before we even left. So yes, not the
Okay,
bottle of evidence.
I like how that house just
How many
moved.
bottles was it anyway?
I only crushed up one.
Okay. Do you want to just crush up the red vinegar bottle because it's completely useless at this point?
Oh, I've got enough. I've crushed it into a fine powder, so I've got what I need.
All right, I will remove that then. We got drunk on vinegar one night on the road.
I don't think anyone gets drunk on vinegar. But, right, okay, yeah, you arrive back in the town. As you go to leave, the peasant lads are giving you just daggers as you go past, just eyeing you.
I would like to wave at them.
You can wave at them if they like.
You know-
Or he gives you the finger.
I really, really think we should consider at least harming them. That way we could say to the Inquisition that we were attacked. It would lend a lot of credence to our story.
Okay, but if the Inquisition find out's the truth, get fucked.
Truth is subjective, and this is a village is far away.
And the chances of them finding out is somewhat reduced, yes, but not impossible. And if they do, it's curtains for us. So let's just not bother with it. I say what we do is
Could kill one.
I think that's for the best. Now, Arch, I know you'll disagree with this, but perhaps we go the other way. Perhaps instead of trying to show them that they're shit, which really tends to make people like you, what we do instead is to attempt to improve the relation with the villagers that we talk to. We just go around and spread good faith by various different things while we're waiting, because we have a day to wait.
I think that's probably too late, but you can go spread love.
All I would suggest, I mean, Dev, you must be on board with this, right? All I'd suggest is that we try to offset the inconvenience we've caused them, and perhaps reduce the amount of reporting to the Inquisition they might do if the Inquisition happens to ask.
I'll perform a religious prayer for this village.
That will help.
Okay,
Not
where
much, though.
are you doing this? Are you heading back to the village? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, while Devo is going to get his potion, I'm in the village.
Yeah.
And
What time is
to
it?
go
when
and
we
get his plank. So
What time is it when we get back to the village anyway?
yeah, it's about 5 o'clock in the evening by the time you get back.
Are there still kids outside playing?
Well, they're not playing, but yeah, there are still people around.
Okay.
This is still the day before the potions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
Yeah.
I'm going to call as many children over as I can.
The Pied
say-
Piper.
Kids, come around. I want to tell you a story of my native homeland because it's far away and I'm obviously different.
Right. Okay. Hang on a second.
So I
Come
will
here, children. I am a nigger. Let me regale you with tales of my homeland.
I will use all eyes on you.
Okay, hang on a second. You start calling for the children and stuff, but as you do, many of the parents sort of rush over and tell their children not to and to come away. So you get the 2 that are near you, 3 that are near you, but that's it.
Maybe going straight for the kids wasn't the best idea, but you might as well go with it for the ones that are interested. Perhaps more will gather. Perhaps some parents will gather.
Uzalu, I am a giant teddy bear. There's nothing to fear.
You're a giant black man. You're pretty unusual and fearful to these people.
I will tell the few kids that have come over a fun tale.
Okay, what are you going to tell them?
I had nothing in mind.
Well, then you're not
Tales
gonna
of
tell them a tale, are you?
Wakanda.
Tell
I
them
will-
about Wakanda.
I'll tell them about what performance. How's my tale? Hey, that's not bad
Pretty
for a
good,
-1.
actually, to be
Yeah.
honest. The children clap at the end of it. After hearing about the glorious deeds that you took part in Wakanda and how amazing your homeland must be, one of them asks you, why have you come here? Wakanda is so amazing.
Stay behind your
to
force.
burn your mother at the pyre.
Just rub his head sadly and go like, you don't want to know.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Arch, are you collecting your plank with nails in?
I am. It's a nice plank. Does it have
Okay.
lots of nails in
Did
it?
you pay for it already?
I'll say yes.
I thought you might. Be a silver piece.
But Sargon, do you not trust me?
I think he did.
No.
Can I roll just to convince you?
No.
God damn it. I'll pay for the plank again
Did
then.
you pay or not? I can't remember.
Can we get on with this?
Ritualist is I'm here for them white women.
Just one
Well,
silver.
that's more than you Gander, isn't it?
Okay. Oh,
All right.
God. Okay. Hold on. This chat room.
Go on.
this chat. Devo gets love potion. Devo, I need to find children.
No, he doesn't have the love potion yet. He's just chatting them up at the moment.
Right, so I'm going to need to head off soon, but
Someone in the
good-
chat says you did pay. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll give us
the
5
good deed.
minutes.
Yeah,
Okay,
just,
I'll
just
take
before
my
the
silver
end.
back from the thieving fucking blacksmith.
Okay. Yes, you have a plank with nails in it.
Good.
Just before we end, though, my good deed is going to be to. You guys tell me if you don't think this is a good idea. To go and tell the truth to the mayor. Tell the truth of what we found. And let him know that there might be an issue with the wine.
No. No.
We
Why
want
not?
to. Okay. Again, you're the leader here. You're loser. You get to decide. But I really suggest that, considering how fucking badly we've behaved, we push the negative on this one and have the Inquisitor descend upon this place with fire and brimstone.
Yeah, and not only that, if you go to the mayor and you tell him, by the way, the wine that all of you guys are addicted to, the one that you can't live without drinking, yeah, we're gonna take that away from you.
Extreme. We'll just say, like, we're going to have to report what we saw at the Inquisition.
On the other hand, what you could do is go, we're going to have to report this, and then pat your coin purse softly.
I think it's already assumed that you're going to report this.
Yeah.
No, it's like bribe us so we don't report it.
But my point was that we would just inform him that the ingredients of the wine might be having an effect on people's health beyond just the normal effects of wine. My plan was that I would go there, apologize for the way that we behaved, and then ask him if I could come in and talk to him about what we found. He'd invite me in, we'd have a nice chat. I'd tell him the truth, and I'd be nice about it, and then he'd thank me, and I'd thank him, and then we'd part company positively. Rather
My
than
advice is
negatively.
you lie about it, because what's going on here is all of them are junkies, right? And if you're telling a junkie that even though it's bad for him, but you're telling him basically, we might just make sure that you never drink this again, they will act very violently and they will try to stop you. So you might have like the entire village out to get you.
I don't think, for one thing, I don't think all of them are junkies. And second, I don't think the mayor is a junkie.
Burn.
Yeah, I'm with Arch, and I
Listen,
just
I
either you
usually-
lie about it and you say you found something else, or you didn't find anything at all.
I usually
I'm
wouldn't go
actually
the-
with you on this, Uzulu. I think you should probably at least tell some of the truth.
I figured you might be. I usually wouldn't go the be nice and don't do the thing that's the most advantageous route, but we've pretty much nailed this as far as I can tell. And at this point, I would prefer to, if we have the option, to just use what we've learned to leave on a positive rather than negative, because we've already fucked around with these people. Might as well.
Yeah, okay,
use the
fine.
time
Go
we've got.
talk to him if that's what you want. I'm not gonna go in there though.
I don't predict it's going to cause a massive drama. So
Okay,
the plan I described earlier, Sargon, to go in and have the chat, I'd like to attempt to do that.
Right,
It's your mission, mate. You go do what you want.
you,
Yeah.
you want
I'll
to go talk
support
to the mayor. Right, okay.
Yes.
Okay, you arrive at the mayor's house. You knock. The door opens. A servant answers and says, "My lord isn't here, but my lady is. Would you like an audience?"
Well, that puts that plan to rest a bit. I
You
suppose
can wait
we'll.
for him.
I suppose we'll go with that because the wife will have influence over him, but she won't be fully aware of what she wouldn't have been there when we were being rude to him, so she wouldn't have seen it exactly. So it may be somewhat of a clean slate. So let's do that.
Okie doke.
Are you by yourself, Uzulu?
I guess so, because you guys are all doing other things.
Yeah, I'm currently with the kids.
Yep.
Okay, so on your own, Uzlu, you go to the house. Yeah, she's in the drawing room. You go in, and she's sat there, not sitting very nicely in the couch. She's kind of slouched in the couch, and you can see that she has a bottle of wine that's half drunk in front of her, and she's just gazing dreamily out of the window with a smile on her face.
Well, there goes my hope that she might have been more persuadable.
She might be eminently persuadable. She hasn't noticed you've entered the room.
Hmm.
The servant closed the door behind him as he leaves.
All right. Well, I mean, there's no turning back now. I'm gonna just address her politely, just make myself aware of her presence. Something along the lines of "my lady."
You have to say it multiple times to get her attention, but eventually she just dreamily turns her head to face you and smiles and says, "Oh, it's the strangers.
Hmm.
What have you been doing?"
We believe we've completed our investigation, and so we'll be out of your way very soon.
Okay,
Wait for her to react to that.
Yeah, she says that the next life is a better one, An age of sanctity. We're in an age of sanctity in a world of vice. A beautiful vision surrounded by darkness, or darkness of the flesh. We must all give ourselves over until we realize there's nothing wrong outside ourselves and all the evil is within.
Okay. Now, usually I would say there's some sort of demonic possession here, or some sort of blood cult, and this quest would turn suddenly upside down. However, I'm just going to ask quickly. That's a nice poem. Where did you read that?
She just blinks at you and says, "Poem."
Who told you these words?
No one told me. It's just the obvious observation of the world.
Okay. So I'm leaning back from blood cult now to just she's really high and has somehow got this clarity. So I guess there's no real talking to her. So there's no point in doing this. So I'll bid her good evening, and she'll remember this encounter positively. So maybe there'll be some benefit to it, and I'll leave the house. So that was
as you bid goodbye to her, she says, "No, please stay. Drink with me."
I'm going to politely decline.
Don't be silly. Come on. You'll feel better.
I'm still going to politely decline.
She tries to persuade you.
What's your persuasion?
She's no. I can't do that. But like, she's she very politely implores you. Says, "No, you have to try this. It is so good for your soul."
Burn.
You have duties. Can't drink on a job.
I'm going to thank her and then physically leave.
Okay. She starts babbling some more sort of nonsense about the
Yes, they
afterlife
always
and the
do.
heavens as you go. But she's very genial too. She's very nice.
I'm sure you won't be accused of raping her, Uzulu.
It's not quite that bad yet, Arch. It's still the Middle Ages. Still got a few years to go.
As you leave, the servant says, "If you need somewhere to stay tonight, we actually have a guest house that you and your peers can stay in if you like." And he hands
Lovely.
you
I thank the man,
he hands you an iron
but
key.
leave for now.
Well, he hands you the iron key to the guest house.
Then I'll thank him for the key and leave with the key for now.
Okay.
And if it's all the same, I would like to end there.
Yep, that's fine.
All right, thanks.
Cool. Okay, right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.